Good. It's not picking up any my fan. How do I do this again? There we go. Hello! Welcome! Episode 4 of Hot Circle. Everything is warm. I have a fan on.
Yeah, it's warm in real life too.
Yeah.
This is a hot circle in real life.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope. So, what... Who are we? What are we doing here? Who are we playing? You know what I never did, and never planned to do, but it just occurred to me to do? Actually put our character names on the overlay.
Nah.
That would help.
It's fine.
I have dog wanted to come in, so she's here now.
Nice.
Nice. There we go.
Yeah.
Let's go back on the floor.
We're doing Hot Circle, a mashup of kinds of games. It has 25 pages of rules, and they're crunchy. It's like a small bag of trail mix.
I don't know if they're crunchy. I'd call them more popcorn, where they're kind of crunchy, but not that crunchy.
Yeah, they have the feel of crunchy rules without all of the tables.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, rules they definitely do have tables, but they're,
With a little tables.
+1, -1.
It's not like I can pull out a crunchy game where there's entire layout spreads of just like, this is weapon tables. They all do basically the same thing, but minute differences.
Yeah. It's not that
They released
bad.
an entire book for Starfinder, the Pathfinder space version, that is just weapons.
I don't know. They might have.
I think they released
That
a
feels
whole
like a thing they would have done.
hardbound space weapon book.
That really does feel like a thing.
Starfinder Armory? Is that it?
I think that's it.
Oh,
I like how
wow.
the first response on Google is just like a pirated copy of it that you can flip through.
Yeah, it's just a pile of weapon tables.
Oh, it's all just weapon tables and then
And
pictures
they're
of the
only
weapons.
slightly different from each other. They all do basically damage to bad guy, with
Yep.
extra garbage tacked on after that.
Weird.
We don't have that crunch. We just have the rules we need to read every time we do any action.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the most difficult thing with Hot Circle is figuring out, wait, which kind of test is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're not doing that crunch. We're doing the other crunch.
Yep.
What else? Yeah, we used A Quiet Year, or The Quiet Year.
The Quiet Year.
The Quiet Year.
The
to
only
make
Quiet Year.
a wild and wacky town.
Full of...
It wasn't a very quiet year, I would have to
It was
say.
not very quiet. In fact, it continually got louder and busier as more and more people arrived in our once small town.
It was 2 ziggurats were built in a year.
In our year of 10 years, because time has no meaning in role-playing games.
And time has no meaning, and we could say a ziggurat takes 6 weeks. So
Yeah.
Yep. The pyramids weren't built in a day, they were built in 6 weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rome wasn't built in a day, that was the...
We just used a lot less slave labor.
Yes.
Apparently they didn't actually use slave labor, but you're the history major, I don't know. I just heard
I
that
think
recently.
it's like our modern conception of slavery isn't like what they had. They were like, you work for X. It was more like indentured servitude, I think.
Okay,
like,
so
you work for X amount of time, and
not
then,
cartoonish slaves and things like that,
Yeah.
but
Rome
still...
straight up had slaves. Rome was built like
yeah,
that.
just Rome straight up did have slaves.
No confusion around it.
Mhm. I think the only difference was if you were born to a slave, you weren't born into slavery. I think I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't know.
That
enough
slavery
about
is not
Rome.
inherited.
Yeah, like that was like what was unique about the like early modern slavery, like early modern period of slavery, is that like children were born into it.
I don't know. I
could be wrong. I don't know. I
didn't.
Yeah.
Depressing.
So the Frost Shepherds, who are people set up, are having a new secret project, and I think one of my beliefs... Let's just go into character beliefs. Hold on.
Yeah, let's do that bit where we have...
Should I start?
instincts, traits.
Sure.
Okay. So I haven't changed my beliefs since last session, since I set them at the end of last session anyways. Austral, 13 years old, child clone of someone just known as the Scientist, even though they do have an actual name, but we are just calling them the Scientist for now.
Yeah. We didn't get that far.
Yep. If anyone knows that I am a clone, then they will surely think I am a monster. I must keep it a secret forever from Karina and Slush, is my first belief. Second, the Frost Shepherds do nothing without reason. I will find out what this winter project is, instead of just, I will find out what this winter project. The Frost Shepherds oppress individuality, and Slush should not wish to join them. I will show him that even their presence in Pitfall is cruelty itself. Considering rewording that to make it more achievable. I will show him not their cruelty. You already know about that.
Yeah, I'm a product of their cruelty.
I will make him question his goal.
Yeah, could you say cruelty itself? I think of like a magical incarnation of cruelty.
I just more meant like they're even.
You have to summon forth an effigy of the cruel or something.
Yeah, not that's
then have
that's.
a PowerPoint presentation where
Look,
I
it
compare
looks
the
like a
two.
frost shepherd.
Yeah, that's not quite what I meant. So
You want to like turn me into Ghost Rider with that belief? Become a spirit of vengeance.
I've just now my goal is just make you first step of the belief, my first goal part of it, make you question your desire to join them. I figured.
That's much more achievable.
Yep. Maybe doubt. Question is to doubt. There we go. That's more concrete. So that's my third goal, belief. Before I forget, I'll do instincts. Always speak with a complicated vocabulary. Whenever someone says I'm similar to the parent, go out of my way to prove them wrong. Always tinker. Sorry, I just want to get my instincts out because I know we were doing that before.
Yeah, I don't know how. Always tinker seems like a fitting instinct. I don't know how that like mechanically works out. Like you're just.
It's sometimes I'll just say like,
get
"Oh,
that
my
you're
character has
narrating.
been doing that," or "My character has been fidgeting with this while we weren't looking
Yeah.
at them." And so far, there's not been a need for it. But
I just don't know how it'll get you in trouble.
oh, I will tell you when it gets me in trouble. It'll be like, "Oh, there's an electric fence." I poke it,
That
Or-
seems fair.
something like that. I do.
Or you could
That's
also
how
go
you get.
like,
That's how you get points for it. That's how you win.
Yeah, I win by putting myself in danger.
you could also go like, oh, I missed that really important piece of information because I was fidgeting with a thing.
I was building a slingshot.
I was building a robot instead of a backpack, so I didn't hear that the code to the safe was this.
Exactly. So I might do things like that.
All right. Well, I'm playing Karina. We spent the last session attempting to get her into the death cult, and then we decided that forget this. We're not going to actually initiate her into the death cult. We're just going to sneak in and
Trying
find
to
her
break
mother's
into
office.
the death cult.
Exactly, which successfully worked a lot better after we lit a bunch of stuff on fire. We got to meet my mom, yelled at her a bit, and one of my beliefs here is if mom wasn't the leader of the death cult, we could be a family again. I must sabotage her status. Beliefs relating to other people, I believe that family should be together, so I must make Oz spend time with his parents. And the people of Pitfall might be even more broken than the town above. I must hold up Slush as an example of the benefits of unity. And for instincts, we've got always seek to understand the reasons why, always give others the benefit of the doubt, and always tell the truth.
Excellent. So I am the aforementioned Slush, and my beliefs are, the Frost Shepherds have denied me my birthright. I will earn their respect. Oz is rather intelligent compared to the others here. I must investigate this.
Too smart. It's a problem.
You're too smart for these hillbillies that we have out here. And then Karina wants more time with her mother. I will help her do this by destabilizing the cult. I changed that from instead of destroying the cult to destabilizing, because I feel like that's a lot easier to go. The cult has been destabilized.
It most definitely is. No fighting like the god of death or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my instincts are, when in need of an authority, be the authority. Always be looking for glory, and I will stick by my allies no matter what.
Cool. That
Sweet.
won't get you in trouble.
Your character is
never.
kind of like a
Especially-
paladin, but with other stuff going on.
He's like a paladin, but if a paladin was a pretentious like teenager,
Yeah.
that's what he is.
I think that's a
So
noble
I was about to say,
paladin.
so a paladin.
Listen, I played against type with my paladin.
You do.
That's your own problem.
You're a paladin who's also like a kicked puppy.
Yep.
Okay.
If the brain was a paladin from Pinky and the Brain, that's what he would be.
Yeah.
Just trying to take over the world.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask for some group input here. What does the Frost Shepherd youth's like camping uniform look like? Because you're all wearing that. We started a campsite.
So I think it's actually really warm clothing. I think wherever the Frost Shepherds come from, it's legitimately cold there. And it's cold in most of the areas that the Frost Shepherds are. But even in the areas it's not cold, the uniform is still like warm weather or cold weather clothing. So it's like snow jackets and warm fur coats. And we're all just sweating.
Definitely is a blue uniform, kind of like the gym gear. Like it's a separate set of
Well,
clothing.
it's
that you
definitely
only use for
blue.
XYZ.
It's blue with like
Yeah.
white highlights.
But if we're going outdoors, then yeah, the uniform is something to keep us way too warm, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
We're in winter again. We're back into winter.
Yeah, we're back in winter.
Oh, that's true. It is winter again. I forgot about that.
So I imagine it's like the main color is blue, and if it's got like a fur collar, it's white fur.
So you're thinking the
tempted to
Han
say orange
Solo
and
Hawk
black.
Road?
I was gonna say
Yeah, the Han Solo Hoth uniform.
it could be that. Yeah, I was gonna say there's probably some cyber tiger fur involved in there.
Yeah.
It's white cyber tiger fur.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
Siberian
Alberta
cyber tiger.
I think it's
Cyber,
Cyber
yeah,
Tiger
Cyber
fur that
Ian.
just turns white in the winter. They can just change colors.
That-
There are these
that's
weird
true.
robot
Oh, yeah,
monsters.
that's true.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, no. So you've got to hunt them specifically in winter when their fur is white and black.
Yep.
Oh, that's the worst.
That could be. I mean, Indigo knows what the field trip is about. Field trip, outdoor
Yeah.
thing.
So this, yeah. So we see the very regimented kind of yurt-shaped tent of the Frost Shepherd Youth Outdoor Adventure Training Camp.
A strange acronym to make out of that.
Frost Shepherd FSYO TC
Outdoor.
Physiotes.
Frost
Physiotes.
Shepherd Youth Outdoor. What was the other part?
Adventure Training Camp.
Adventure Training Camp.
Physiotes. I still think that's the closest.
Physio.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna try. Yeah, but that's what you're on. So all of the youths from the school have been carted away from a weekend on the Frost Shepherd Youth Adventure Training Camp to get them some practical outdoor experience. So you're all cruelly shoved into tents with people randomly assorted from around your age group.
So obviously it's the three of us plus Greg.
Yes, three of
Yeah.
you, Greg,
Greg
Shepherd
again.
tent, Greg the geologist.
Yep.
He just looks at me a little different because I intimidated him before.
Yeah. He's like, ah.
You again.
Yeah, just
Why am I always with you?
He
I'm not a
picks,
main
the sleeping
character.
bag furthest away.
yeah.
I'm not the main character. Yep. So yeah,
Let's
you
go
guys have been
mess with your
out-
rocks, Greg.
Yeah.
You guys have been out here for a couple days. For the first day, you hiked basically all day and then had to sleep outside because there wasn't time to set up camp. And the second day, you mostly set up camp. You did a couple like workout routines because that's a big part of this outdoor adventure training camp is group workouts.
Fun.
So what kind of workouts do the Frost Shepherd youth do?
See that tree? Get those
Snowball
rocks.
fights?
Yeah, I'd imagine
That's not
like
a workout. That's fun.
You're right.
Yeah,
no, no,
that's
no.
They're there, but that's not part of the workout, even though that is present.
fortification. You have to actually make the most efficient fort that can be best defended by your team.
Yes, it's like I imagine like you know how people go to like airsoft events where it's like a couple days long and it's like a milsim thing. This
Yeah.
training camp is just snowball milsim, right? Like we gotta build snow forts that are defendable. We gotta set up like rotations of guards.
I think that's the downtime, the approved downtime activity.
Yeah, because most kids will love
yeah.
that.
Yeah, you definitely had like Frost Shepherd Tai Chi lessons in the morning.
Okay. And
It's just normal like mixed martial arts, but done slowly for a morning warm up.
How to do paperwork in the middle of wilderness.
Yeah,
That
most
sounds-
definitely wilderness filing is definitely like one of the classes you take. You take the same generic. This is how you use a compass class, but the
Yeah.
compass is this weird device that points towards the nearest Frost Shepherd garrison, not towards any sort of north, because space
Yeah.
doesn't make sense in this world. We haven't figured it out
there is
yet.
no north.
There is
We
no
don't-
the poles are not like magnetized anymore because
Yeah.
we have 10 years of
The
a
apocalypse
season.
did that.
Yeah,
Apocalypse problem,
if you
it just
magnetize a
points
compass,
towards
it just yeah.
Yeah, so all coordinates are based on the chart of Frost Shepherd garrisons. If you'd be able to you'd be able to triangulate what the closest garrison is to you, because that's the direction that your compass will point.
Is that why they came to us? Because the they had a compass pointing there and didn't
Away
already
from
have.
Frost Shepherd.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
because the compass was pointing there and there wasn't already a garrison, so they decided to set one up. I don't know.
It's the other way around. I think there's a big machine at the top of one of the spikes.
Oh,
This
and
is the navigate point.
there.
They went towards the empty space on their compass. It kept pointing away, so they figured, what's that direction?
Yeah,
Very
so
fair.
navigation is wacky and wild because it's all related to the Frost Shepherd garrisons. And who knows if someone else happened to build a similar sized giant magnet machine or whatever.
Yep. Okay.
But that's a future problem. So you're doing that for a couple days. You do the fun outdoor activities. There's a couple shots of like a snowball fight. But the main thrust of your activities is more of like a surveying operation. You're broken up into like small squads of 4 people. Guess who's in yours?
Greg.
And you have this cyber nonsense spike that you're walking around the grasslands with and like periodically stabbing it into the ground. And you're looking for, because you've dug a couple up, only like the small ones that are close to the surface, but these weird, like, glowing blue ice crystal nonsense. And when you find like a chunk of them, you're supposed to pull one of your designated Frost Shepherd indicator flags and put it in the ground.
Seems a little weird, but can I roll wilderness survival or something to figure out what those are?
Sure.
Sure. As we try and frantically figure out what sort of a test is this again?
Were you, if each season is 10 years or so, or is each season? No, each season isn't 10 years. Each season is each full cycle of seasons is 10 years.
Well, is
Wondering.
about 10 years.
Yeah,
Give or take.
it's
Seasons and time have been unstuck from one another
Yeah.
in the apocalypse. So now some seasons, sometimes you'll have a short winter that only takes like a year. Sometimes it's longer.
okay.
Time has no meaning,
Yes.
We're in
Much
Game of
like-
Thrones.
much like space.
I was going to ask
Oh.
something because of that. Oh, how have you, when you were like using your life path for wilderness survival, was that during a previous winter then?
If these things are underneath the ground in the grassland, I probably haven't actually seen those directly. So more a matter of, hey, we're doing this thing, and they're not telling us what these are. I want to figure it out.
They're calling them like some MacGuffin-y kind of name.
Yeah, MacGuffin name is not interesting. Why are we pulling these things out of the ground? Explain.
Okay.
So I guess
So
obstacle
you
targets
cannot
then?
find why they're pulling them out of the ground, wilderness survival, but
I'm more
more
actually
enough.
looking at what.
Yeah, more high enough on wilderness survival, you can get more information about these things if you score decently well.
If I help, like, can I help with like having my garrison born? Like, trying to think like, oh, like these things are used for this, and that could like.
You can help in the discovering of what they do with them with the garrison born thing, but you can't help figure out what they are like from a wilderness survival perspective.
Okay.
Does it make
So
sense
are we-
for my lab grown and science wise to help? Is this anything I would have heard about in the textbooks?
I mean, that
Makes sense to me.
that has a better chance of helping than like the garrison born military application of them before you know what they do.
Okay, then
Got it.
I will help by try to think about what they are, and if I've heard of.
You know, you could have asked Greg, the geologist, but sure.
No, we don't
No.
trust. Greg's not part of the group.
Whatever Greg
He
says means it's
hasn't
not that.
recruited-
Box out
No.
Greg from any real part of the plot. I see how it goes.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, we'll look over here, and you, Greg, you go stab the grass. then.
Greg, you watch.
Greg, it's your turn
Find
with the
a rock.
stabbing pole.
Find a rock.
Yeah, so while Greg is looking the other way, you're trying to check out one of these crystals.
So is this an obstacle target then?
Yeah. It's gonna be ob 3 to find anything.
Interesting.
And then higher. It's my weird MacGuffin for the episode. They're difficult.
Yep.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You're not supposed to know yet.
Yeah, it's ob 3 to find anything, and then if you higher than ob 3, we'll get more information figured out.
All right. So rolling with the scout guard life path, which is probably.
Oh, I should also mention failure just means you've never seen these before.
Okay.
Like there's
We.
no
It's just.
high concept failure. If you don't get it, you don't know.
Okay.
Wilderness survival probably gives a die, and I don't think that any traits are going to be any kind of useful in this. So that looks like 4 dice, and let's see how this goes.
You get one reroll because of
Because I'm helping.
Ooh,
Well, apparently
hey.
I don't need it.
Nice.
Sorry, MacGuffin.
I did not come up with a good name for these magic.
so they're just like magic little crystals.
Yeah, I don't know.
Frost hearts.
Sure,
Yes.
we're
I
gonna
like
call
that.
them frost hearts. The one found is about like I don't know, cell phone sized.
Okay.
It's kind of translucent, kind of like a crystal blue Game Boy, but with nothing on the inside.
And also
it's
cell
not
phone
that-
shaped. Like it's also kind of like. Okay.
No, it's not cell phone shaped. It's like peach pit
Like-
shaped.
Rock candy, if you were pulling
It's
that
like
out.
yeah, kind of like a cross between rock candy and a peach pit, but kind of like the
Okay.
Yeah, longer.
like
So like
organic ground crystal
Okay.
size thing. It's about the consistency of a crystal blue Game Boy. It's not super hard, but it's also not super soft, and it glows. It is cold to the touch. It's called a frost heart. And that these only form in the winter. Like they don't appear at other times of the cycle. It's a winter specific collectible item. They don't like melt, it's not ice.
Okay.
But the stuff that makes them up doesn't crystallize until the winter.
So we know it's not something. It's definitely temperature based.
Yeah.
And then if you had another question about it, you got an extra success. Something that you would know from encountering them in the wilderness in a previous winter.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious. Do they melt?
Yeah, that was already mentioned though. I don't
They
think.
don't melt.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
No, they don't.
Yeah. Like you can melt them if you get them hot enough, but like they don't
Yeah.
melt from room temperature. How about that? It's not like ice. They do.
What can
they
they be
do.
used?
They
What
do tend to
have I seen
vanish.
them used for, or used
You have
ever?
not seen them used for anything except for like shoving in a cooler.
The power
They're
of
just glorified
refrigeration.
ice packs.
Yeah, like ice. You've seen them used as ice packs before for like keeping meat fresh in later parts of the year. They do tend to be like you can't find them in the other seasons though, so that's where their value comes from.
Okay.
But it's like you can harvest them in the winter and they don't really melt. Like they'll go bad and degrade from constant use. Like they could be used as an ice pack for a little bit. You know, they're not going to last 10 years before they kind of lose their muster. So it's an expendable resource. It doesn't melt by itself. It'll just kind of like slowly flake away over a period of
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
You've seen them used as ice packs. That's the like normal person use for these frost hearts. That's
Okay.
what you do with a cooling crystal. You keep your food fresh.
Yep.
Then I
Well-
would say that
We
go.
found it. I assume the three of us kind of found it together when we find this.
I'd say pocket it.
Yeah, I think that's also my suggestion because I'm like, I look back and Greg's like a distance away and hasn't noticed this yet because we intentionally were like, no, you stay back. Should we acquire this one for ourselves? I field the idea to you.
What
I
are
wanna know
we
what they're
gonna
doing
do
with
with
these.
it?
Find
I
out
mean,
what they're going to do with them. I
What-
don't.
What have I heard that we do with frost hearts? Like, can I roll Garrison Born for that?
Sure. This one's going to be even harder. It's going to be Ob 4 to know the Frost Shepherd use for like if you've ever seen one of these
Excellent.
crystals used in a
Necromancy
garrison.
somehow.
Well, I have
Yeah.
Garrison Born. I have Shepherd Wise.
Yeah, that helps.
I don't think any of my traits would help. Nope. I don't think being authoritative, proud, or the bastard would help me here.
No.
Hmm.
You could, if you wanted to use the thing against yourself, do the bastard maybe for them keeping more
No.
information from you than normal.
What does
Okay.
that give me? Would that give
It'd
me
give you a fate, I
fate or
think.
persona?
I don't remember. Let's go find out. I think it's a fate.
And
Okay.
this is an ob test. What would I would use fate or persona to reroll.
Hindering trait.
I think it's Persona to reroll.
Yeah. Persona for task rolls.
Yeah.
And then
This is an obstacle test, isn't it?
Yeah. And then
all tests are
fate for the like circles, resources,
oh, yeah,
everything
that's
else.
Oh,
the
got it,
name of
got
the
it,
test,
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you generate fate from things you do to make obstacle tests hard, and you generate persona from the other kind of test.
Okay, so they
Okay.
they intersect in that way.
Yeah, they intersect in that way. So things that make basically like ability tests harder. So like, well, ability tests don't really generate things, but you use
Yeah.
fate for ability test. You generate fate by making obstacle tests harder. And then you
Cool.
generate persona used for obstacle test by your like beliefs and instincts. and
Yeah.
such.
Okay, I don't think I'm gonna use the bastard to hinder this because I'd be just rolling 4 dice anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, so
Well, it's 4 versus 4, so your chances
yeah.
of success are low. So you could just throw it for the point. Was what we were saying?
Yeah, if you wanted to, it's totally up to you.
I could, but I have a lot of persona to use on this roll
Ah,
anyway.
All
Yep.
right, go.
I have 5 personas.
Go
So,
for it.
all right. Garrison Born.
Nope.
Nope. I'm gonna use a persona point.
All right. First persona spent on Garrisonborn.
It's my second persona on Garrison Born
I
total.
meant first, yeah.
Oh.
First one of this roll out of the 4 you have.
That's the same.
Can I use another persona? Can I just keep flooding persona points into it?
Sure.
As far as I'm aware, yes.
I don't see why not.
Cool. I'm just gonna keep spending persona because I want to bump up the persona on Garrison Board anyway. Nope.
All right, that's
What-
it. No more persona.
Okay.
0. Bottomed out. Yeah, you don't know what these are for. You've not seen them before. They obviously don't connect to the Frost Shepherd's magic cooling laser guns at all.
Yeah.
No way,
I mean,
no how.
if we could find another use other than your refrigeration that you've said, that would be tremendous use for us. Yes, let's do that.
Okay. I assume then that Karina, you're the one who probably like has it in your hand. Do you pocket it?
I'll hand it off to you.
You ever had an ice pack in your pocket?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not that comfortable.
Nope. But I'm probably. I'll try to keep. I'll hold on to it then. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I take it. I will.
Yes,
Is there a note in my character sheet for that? No, but I will make one.
Yeah.
Now, should we, if we find more, should we keep every other one so we're not coming home empty-handed?
I'd say just keep one. I don't know how many Greg is going to be able to looking the other way for.
I agree. We only need one to know what they're doing with them.
Okay, I was thinking maybe have another one in case we break the first one.
I'm not prone to breaking things. Are you?
No, I just thought that's part of scientific experimentation, right? Like you might break the thing that you're experimenting with, so you want to have a backup. Like if you're testing the limits of the thing, right?
I'm not. I don't intend to go that far. I just
Okay.
intend to know what it is used for.
All right. All right, let's go catch Greg.
I
before he
can't
eats
wait
some
to get back
rocks.
to my. What would I call it? Did I have a
Cot.
name for my hideout? I'll just. Yeah,
I meant that
clubhouse.
the cop would be in the camp.
I'd call it the lab. I'll call it my own lab for now. Okay.
Yeah. So you're for the rest of the day, you are supposed until like dinner time. You are supposed to be wandering the fields. That's like a day's hike away from town. Sticking the stick in the ground and marking it when it beeps. What do you do?
This is really boring. We should go back and start building better our snow fort. Because, I mean, the real thing we all know is not who brings the most ice crystals, but who wins the fight.
You're not even
Yes.
supposed to be.
Austral rolls
You're not
his
even
eyes.
supposed to be. Yeah, you're not even supposed to be picking up, just like marking areas of high concentration.
Yeah. Austral rolls his eyes and says, "Even you wish to impress the Frost Shepherds with your military prowess? It's all clearly just a farce in order to see who is and isn't worth recruiting into their army."
Farce or no, it's more fun than sticking the silly rod into the ground.
My
And
silence.
it does bring more glory.
My silence speaks volumes that I can't disagree.
And
I'm
you
just
say out
like-
So
loud.
we stick.
No, I don't say that out loud. But yeah, Austral's just like, you're not wrong, but I don't like that.
We give Greg the sticks and say, keep marking. We'll be back, maybe.
We'll be right behind you as we leave.
I don't.
Greg's gonna get eaten by a cyber tiger.
No, Greg's gonna betray us if we leave him alone. That's what I suspect.
Well, if he betrays us, we'll know who did it, and we'll get him.
Yeah. Greg knows better than to cross us.
This is turning into a. I was gonna say
There are bad guys out here. They're not bad guys, but there are like wild animals out here. It is not like a safe place to just
So?
leave a school child by themselves.
Listen, what's the if
Versus
if
four
all four of
school
us were out-
children?
yeah, if
Tiger
all
would
four
just
of us
eat
were out
all of
here,
us.
there'd just be 4 dead people. No, instead there's just gonna be 1.
Yeah, that's kind of the false
But,
Frost Shepherd's
hey-
problem if there is. And besides, it's death. It's fine if they
There's
die.
safety in
I mean, it'll be a
numbers.
waste in that no one actually watched it.
There's safety in numbers. Animals see you as a bigger threat because there's more of you and you're making more noise.
That's true.
There's legitimate reasons. There's the buddy system. You don't just leave people alone in the woods.
He's fine.
We're not in the woods. We're in the plains. That's where we are.
The moisture-sucking, dangerous grass plains with cyber type.
Yeah, he's fine.
Besides, he's on the opposite team anyways.
Yeah, listen. If Greg dies, then we have a slot open for a new person to come into our group.
I do not, and Oshel does not hate Greg that much.
Oh no! Listen, Slush does
Doesn't
not
have to be
hate Greg.
hatred for death.
No, there's no hatred at all. He just wants to cut out dead weight.
Okay.
So you abandon Greg to the wilderness.
I do not abandon Greg.
You stay with Greg doing the geological survey?
If I think Austral is actually torn. He's like, you two wish to just leave?
Can we compel you to leave with us?
Do you, or did you just leave without telling me?
No, I'll compel you to leave with us.
Oh, you're oh. And that's
Yeah,
a
come on,
that's a
leave
fate.
this nerd.
That's a fate or a persona.
That's a
It's a
fate.
I will take that. I don't have many fate. So I'm just
We
gonna.
all just
I just
leave
get
Greg.
completely peer pressured to leave.
Yeah, come on, Oz. Let's go.
Cool. So yeah, can I get a navigation roll of some kind to get to where... Actually, first, where are you going? And then I'm gonna need a roll to get there.
Well, we're going back to where we built the forts for, the real school activity.
Mm.
And I can do the navigation roll with the wilderness survival
Yeah,
again.
we need some wilderness survival roll, because I already said it was dangerous. And then I need someone to roll a d6 for Greg.
Wait, can I roll the d6 for Greg?
Yeah, sure.
Please
Actually,
do.
Yes.
Greg's
dead.
Oh.
Maybe. Greg had a bad time. We know that. We'll figure out how bad later.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Pretty much the same roll as before. What is the op we're looking at, and what is the negative consequence?
That's a good question. Where's my ob chart?
My dog cannot decide if she wants to stay in or go.
I say it's probably ob 2 to get there safely. Ob 1, you're hopelessly lost. Ob 0, something very bad happens to the group.
Okay.
I am actually going to see if I can't get a 0, but is there anything I can use to hinder myself?
Oh, no.
First off, I'm going to not actually use the survival one. I'm going to use Death Cult Born, because that seems a lot less useful, and I think that's...
It is not useful at all.
Is that
that's a
hindering
1d6?
or neutral?
I think it's neutral.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Try it.
the Death Cult doesn't not go places, but also they're not that good at it.
I'm gonna go with use trusting for a hindering trait, in that I was assuming somebody else was leading us.
Fair.
Yeah.
There we go.
Can
and now I'm
I-
down to one
Can I
dice.
hinder you? Unintentionally hinder you by making a fuss about us leaving Greg, even though I went along with it?
Yes, absolutely.
How does that
So
So
work?
we get
disadvantage?
How do we get points for that?
I was gonna say, does that give me points?
Yeah, I mean, it
I
only
think
matters
you
if we get
need
points.
disadvantage.
I mean, I can assign you disadvantage because of it, but it does not seem that you get points for it.
Then I will not.
Okay.
I will make a fuss later. When I get
Well,
points
I've got
for it.
One die for a 2-ob thing, so let's see what we can do. Hey, I
Yeah.
needed my fate back.
Oh god,
Yeah,
we're
0.
dead. We're dead.
You encounter
Everybody
1d6,
dies.
Cyber monsters.
Hyper
um,
monsters.
Someone roll a 1d6, and then someone else, other than Marissa, who failed the roll, tell us what kind of cyber nonsense monsters we run into.
3 cyber monsters. So I rolled. So Jordan, do you want to tell us what they're like?
These are. I'm thinking, what is a winter animal that could be cute but also deadly?
Rabbits.
Carebannon, Beast of Carebannon.
Yeah, they're cyber white rabbits that are like that. I assume that's the rabbit from Monty
Yes, it
Python.
is.
Yeah.
Yes, they're the deadly cyber rabbits
Yeah,
that have
but less
rows
that
of.
Yeah, they
less
open
that
their
they-
mouths and it's just
they're
chainsaw
less
teeth.
bitey, they're less,
Yes.
they have they have the chainsaw teeth like you say, but the real danger is that they explode.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
They have a natural defense mechanism of when caught exploding.
Yep, and like real rabbits, they self-replicate very quickly,
Mhm.
so that's why it's a legitimate and working defense mechanism. Because there's usually
Now, do they come after us?
You just encounter them. You encounter them.
yep.
So
We basically are seeing them from across the clearing, and I was wandering blithely following the other person who was leading, and I, put my arm out and I'm like, wait a sec, there's the
And then
cyber rabbit.
a rabbit just hops out of the bush.
yeah,
Nobody.
one hops out of the bush, and then two more hop out beside it.
They can see movement. If we don't move, we're good.
I think that was patched.
They patched the rabbits. They got a firmware update. Who patched the rabbits?
I don't know, I just heard about that.
Who's the admin that's patching these wild rabbits?
That's another question for another time.
You start to yell as the rabbits hop slowly closer.
I would like to. What's the thing that like you get something from your life path?
You create an asset, like roll
Yes.
You want
resources.
an asset,
I would like to-
focus, or wise. Those are the things you do.
I thought you could get an
guess you
item.
just-
An
that's
asset
the
is
resource
can be
one.
an item.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I would like to generate a temporary asset.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you want?
A flare gun.
Ooh. All right.
Not that could kill them. That could just
Yeah, yeah.
shoot a flare and save us. And then we'll blame Greg for leaving us.
You think it's? Oh, okay. It's up two. One because
Okay.
it's commonplace and normal for use on Frost Shepherd used to have some sort of way to alert trouble, and plus one because it's overly coincidental.
That's fair. So I just roll my.
That's my favorite plus to ob in this game, though. Is
Yeah, just
overly
unlikely.
coincidental. It's like,
Yeah.
you have it because it's the perfect item for the situation. That's just plus one ob. We don't need more justification. It's
Yep.
too easy.
Okay, so it's just my life path, and then I can use fate to reroll.
Yep.
Cool. I want to pump fate into this too, just in case.
Wait, which life path are you using?
I was using Garrison Born, so.
Did you?
I
Was
could've-
that fate tack? Was that resources tack?
Oh.
Didn't you?
It's not
I think that was
taxed at all?
mine. I've been
it's
I've been
yours.
taxing my resources a bit.
I would like to use fate to reroll that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yep.
Okay.
Yay! You got a flare
Much-
gun.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Reach
Much
into your
better.
pocket and pull out a flare gun.
So it just jams the first time or something, and then it works.
It-
Are
No,
you
yeah,
really?
like-
We can't use that. It's
Like
not.
I shoot, and then I was like, "Oh, the safety's on," and I just take off the cap and shoot it.
Yeah.
That
Well, you
is.
have it. You
Yeah,
pull
I
out your
use
flare
it
gun.
immediately. These are
Use it
exploding
immediately.
rabbits.
That is going to bring the adults down on us. What is that going to look like? You're going to say that 3 rabbits defeated you?
It's
How is that
preferable
going-
to explosions.
How is that going to get you?
All
into
frost
Garrison?
frost shepherds know you don't mess with the exploding razor rabbits.
There are a few of their corpses at post-explosion in the cyber graveyard, and they are not pretty. Consider
Yeah.
most of them just to be made of TNT with limbs.
And I thought you had pride.
I do, but pride means I don't want to die young.
Pride is foolish. I'm the most humble person around. No, I am.
too am
Austral
incredibly
is
humble.
Austral is not nearly that stupid to say that.
Yeah,
so
I
you
shoot
fire
the flare.
gun.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a little bit for help to come. What is your course of action against exploding cyber rabbits? Someone else take an action. Slush has fired his pistol
Into the air to get help. Okay.
Yeah, so help is hopefully on the way.
I think I'm going to bend down and put the hand out, like, come here, little rabbits, we're fine.
Oh no, I'm
We're
running.
nice and
You know what?
safe.
I'm
Yep.
just gonna run.
Yep, I run with you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
We
need
told you
two
how
rolls.
dangerous this
I
is.
need two rolls. One for making friends with the exploding bunny, and 2 for running headlong into the woods.
Fair.
Hope for the
the
friends with
coward-
exploding bunnies.
The cowards can help each other with this roll.
Yes. I would like to. I think I was the one starting to run, so I'll use my unhelpful, pitfall wise. Using it, I assume it's unhelpful. It could be neutral.
Yeah, it's incredibly unhelpful. Pitfall wise is knowing
Or,
about
not pitfall wise. That's wise, but nosy explorer.
Pitfall. Yeah, nosy explorer would be
It's
useful.
still urban.
It is meant
It's
to be
more
urban focused, though. It's just
Yeah, it'll
exploring
be
within
neutral then.
pitfall.
It'd
Okay,
be neutral.
so 2d6, and then
Actually, I want to make my own roll because I'm proud. So I'm gonna not follow you. I'm gonna go a different
good
direction.
plan. Yes,
good.
plan.
Okay, excellent.
And
But
then
we're
we
actually
split
gonna
up.
do the roll for the rabbit first.
Okay.
Because if it doesn't blow up, your roll is just avoiding trees. And if it does blow up, it's avoiding trees and shrapnel.
So what is the ob that I am looking at?
I have no idea. Let's find out together. So befriending a rabbit, they're kind of dumb. So we're
I'm
gonna
not
say,
actually
But they're also
necessarily
very
looking to
timid.
befriend it. I'm basically saying, hey, we're not a threat. We're a nice people, which is probably hindered by these people booking it out.
yeah. So
But-
we're gonna say that's an average person level task. So it starts at ob 0. It is, let's say, moderate to overcome because they startle easily.
And
Yeah.
when they startle, they explode.
They don't
When
run.
They startle, they blow up. Yeah. So that's op 2.
They just skip the escaping part and go straight to explode.
Yeah. And people sprinted the other direction, and there was a loud flare. So we're gonna say that's another hinder. So, we're gonna say that's disadvantage. So it's op 2 with disadvantage.
Oh
Ooh,
boy.
I like it. Okay. I'm again going with the same combo that I keep doing.
Oh, failure
well,
is it blows up. So you're gonna get consequences, shrapnel wound,
fair enough.
probably
I'll
a
go-
major consequence because you're going to be right next to it.
Yeah.
For a major consequence of rabbit shrapnel.
Yep.
So wilderness survival, using the scout/guard life path. I don't know if hopeful is a benefit here.
You can hope they won't blow up. I don't think that affects the roll at all.
Help.
You could see like the red beeping from it blowing up and be like, "Oh no, don't do that. It's okay," and try to calm it down instead of run.
I
That could
honestly
use it
feel
against
like
you.
Hopeful is going against you.
Yeah, I was thinking.
rather than for you.
That's what I meant actually.
No, it's fine. It's okay.
If you have,
Then I'll just. I've got hopeful and trusting. I'm trying desperately to finagle them actually into here. I trust they won't blow.
I think those are your reasons for staying. I think you get fate no matter what for that.
You're gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna get points at the end for those.
Okay, then I'll just roll the die twice, and we'll see if any of them are failures or if I need to use a fate to.
I thought fates were all instant.
Yeah, I think fates are instinct, but persona is at the end.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but hopeful is a trait which can be used, which gets points at the end, right? Am I
Well, it
wrong?
says the player's rewarded fate points immediately after on the list. One of them is expressing a trait causing significant complications.
Yes.
Yeah, you get
Okay.
the fate for
That
that.
seems
Yeah.
reasonable. Okay, yes, fate.
Yeah, you get the fate for that.
Okay, and let's give it a roll. So 2 successes for the first one, but I have disadvantage.
Yeah,
So let's
so
roll
Yep.
that again.
The other way.
Do.
Hey!
Wow.
2.
I have
It's
a
2.
bunny friend.
It's not take the lowest. It's just re-roll if you succeeded. So I think it ends up being 4.
Oh.
I think we've
Is
never
it?
done disadvantage before.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, I'd have to look for disadvantage. I assumed it was re-roll, take the lowest, which is
Me
the only reason I
too.
re-rolled that.
Well, with advantage, it's re-roll and keep the second roll. Let me double check. Re-rolls. There are 4 ways to trigger re-roll.
Oh, it's just re-roll a successful task roll.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did re-roll a successful one, and I got a better success. So can we say at this point my intention was, my goal was just, it's okay, with a double success, can I have befriended this thing and, picked it up?
Yeah, you
Like,
could
and
definitely
petting the thing.
have the rabbit in your arms.
And we're all
so the
just
other
like,
two-
ah!
The other two just need an ob 1 roll not to run into a tree.
Okay, you go
There.
first. You read off first.
Okay. And 2 dice. I successfully do not run into a tree.
Great.
Mhm. So I get a fate point for using proud to not follow you, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well,
You could have worked together, so yeah.
I don't know if it's a significant complication, but sure.
Well, now all 3 of us are in a different place, and I'm the
Yeah.
only one.
Oh,
and
yeah,
the
okay.
player went up.
We're all
Yeah.
split up.
I guess I think either way these aren't going to be helpful life paths, so I'll just use outcast.
If you can
no,
use
I'll-
it to hinder yourself, you can get rid of those resource tax.
I don't have any resource taxes though.
Oh,
Or
right,
any
there's right.
tax. You can do
Yeah.
everything taxed.
I'll do garrison board because I have 3 fate and 3 persona in it already.
I mean, fleeing from an explosive seems helpful for garrison board.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like
the
whole run
They
from a
teach
grenade
you how
thing.
to avoid mines.
that's fair.
I mean,
That's what
if they're the
they call,
frost shepherds, they might teach you how to avoid rabbits specifically.
That's true. Let's roll it. I did it.
You avoided the large, obvious things you could run into. Good for you.
Mhm.
It just would have got harder if the rabbit blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I don't understand why you're running. I mean,
Yeah,
look,
so...
I have a friend.
So
This is
everyone,
like-
all 4 of you are at very different parts of the map now. By the time you stop, you have no idea where you
Yeah.
are. You have no idea where anyone else
We're both
is.
like, wait,
and-
I didn't hear an explosion.
Yeah.
Turn around by ourselves.
And you just turn around, like, I have no idea where I am. It just looks all the same because it's grass.
Yep.
Tall grass.
Yeah. Look down at my now empty flares. Like I should have saved that. Just throw it over my shoulder.
Yeah, pretty much.
Biodegradable.
Yeah, it's bone plastic.
Bone blast.
I don't know.
I think I spend a while, petting the rabbit, making sure it's
Oh,
calm and
you
okay.
get found by the...
I
the
know,
frost
Flare
and I
gun.
want to put them, and I want to put it down and get out of there before the frost shepherds get
Oh,
there.
okay, yeah.
My intention is to, okay, the others ran off. I don't know why they ran from these
Yeah,
helpless little
uh,
bunnies, but let's go see if I can't follow the crushed debris of trail.
So yeah, you can successfully leave the rabbit clearing by putting down your new fuzzy friend.
And have it hopefully hop after me with expectation of more pets.
No. You
no,
don't want
it's
to
a-
fight bomb hopping after you.
It's a wild rabbit, though. It's not
I
gonna
know,
hop
I know.
after you.
I agree, but still.
Yeah, we've added horrifying lore about more animals.
Yep. We're gonna start building, and it's
Yeah,
just a
But you can get away
bestiary.
before... Yeah, so we see you leave, and we see the rabbits, like, mull around a little bit, and then we see the frost shepherd, not shepherd, what is it called? The person who watches over children. Chaperone. The frost shepherd
Frost
chaperone.
chaperone.
The frost chaperone with their dumb, like, frost chaperone, like, wide-brimmed adventure hat.
Can they have like an ATV? Like,
I think it's
Definitely.
an ATV, but it has legs.
Yeah.
You know, it's no
Yes.
wheels. It has 6 legs. kind of like a six-legged horse without a head kind of shape, and it comes
It's
like
a cyber ATV.
it's a cyber ATV, and it comes stomping through the grass. It steps into the rabbit clearing. And they look around and they see the rabbits. And one of the rabbits blows up, and
Yeah, then we hear the explosion.
and then you hear the explosion.
I've
Then we cut to Greg, who's also gets spooked, like, "Oh, what was that?" And then we see what someone else is doing.
Okay. Well, if there was an explosion, and then we would have heard it from the distance, Austral's just assuming that Karina is now dead. So he, like, stops in shock and looks back at the explosion, sees the, like, rising smoke just a short distance below.
We already described this as a cartoon, so it looks like a rabbit skull.
Yeah.
Like a rabbit skull.
Yes.
Yes, it's already a
Absolutely.
cartoon, so yeah.
That was part of the firmware update too.
Yep. So I think, yeah, Austral is just like, I think he just starts crying because he just witnessed what he thinks is his friend dying. Yeah.
So Slush, what are you doing?
So he turns around. It's like, oh no, there's no explosion. And then the explosion happens. And he goes, oh crap, Karina's dead. I gotta go back for her body. So then he's gonna trudge back the way he came.
Can you
he's
even
gonna
find the way you came?
he's gonna pick the direction he think he ran from.
Okay.
Yeah, you can find the way back when you came.
I don't like how that's a 2 when you said I could do it.
In the
That was
mean,
a 1 that you get horribly lost.
Oh, okay.
Austral is going to try and find the Frost Chaperone, and just tell them what he thinks happened, aka like Karina
And
is.
you're also going back the way you came?
If that's the way I came, maybe I don't. I assumed I would have run, back in the direction of camp, but I don't know.
So you're trying to go back to camp.
Uh,
That's gonna take a more significant role than just
wherever the
following your-
nearest authority figure is, Austral now feels he's over his head.
So you're looking for Slush because we
You're
have
looking for an authority.
I don't.
Because I am always
No,
authority.
you always take authority, but I am not.
Listen, my
You're always trying to
instinct is
find-
when in need of an authority, be the authority.
Doesn't mean I recognize that authority.
Yeah,
That's fair.
So you're gonna want an ob2 test to make your way back to camp.
If it helps, the
'Kay.
person I was probably going after was Oz, because I do not believe in his wilderness ability even a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
So
Guy built a robot to carry his anyhow. I expect him to be dead.
what we're gonna do is Oz is gonna make a roll to find camp. You're gonna make a roll to find Oz. If you beat Oz, you find Oz.
Before I
If
find
Oz
camp.
beats-
Find scam.
If Oz beats 2, you find camp. We're gonna
Okay.
do that level of stacked nonsense.
Perfect. I will keep know-it-all in mind, so I think I might. I will add that in.
Cool. You paid attention to the compass course.
I did. So I'll add an extra die for that. That brings me from 2 dice, from a neutral life path, to 3 dice.
Cool.
Wow.
Cool.
Hey, yes, you can find camp. If you could beat 4, you find Oz before Oz finds camp.
Oh, good. That'll
Otherwise,
It's
you could also do up 2 to find camp by itself, and you can beat there.
I'm not looking for camp. I'm just making sure that my friends are okay.
Cool.
And as they went in 2 different directions, no. I'm not going to use. Or wait, I could use fate on that.
You could.
I'm not terribly interested to do so.
isn't it
so
Persona
I'll
to
still-
reroll, or because it's
Yeah, it's Persona for.
Persona to reroll up test.
yep.
Okay, I'm still not going to re-roll it because I'm not that invested in this.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't find Oz. You go looking for him though, and Oz finds camp.
Yep. So I think we.
What do you do at camp?
I think I go to find the nearest authority figure. The Frost chaperone might actually be not there right now.
One of the frost. There's going to be more than one frost chaperone for a whole
Yeah.
group of children.
So I think I go to find the nearest thing, and I just literally open with, like, I'm openly crying because I'm still a 13-year-old kid and I've never seen anyone die before.
Yes, you
Still
have.
haven't.
You
Yes,
have.
Someone in the first
Okay,
episode.
anyone
guys
that I
fighting
care
the-
about and actually see as a person,
Oh, you still haven't.
I disagree. And he's just like, Karina's dead. She was blown up by a cyber rabbit. She tried to pet it.
Yeah, so they immediately try to like calm you down or try to get any amount of information out of you as to
I do.
where.
Yeah. I think I tell them in very unusual ways. Like, it was. I probably counted my paces while I was on my way there.
Oh, good, convenient.
It's some. Okay, no. Normally I count my paces. In this case, I estimated my paces when I told them.
Yeah, I guess you sprinted away from a bomb.
Yeah, you're right. Yep, so.
What are you telling them about Greg and the...
Oh, I don't mention Greg or Slush just at all, unless they specifically ask me.
Oh, good. They'll probably ask where's the rest of your what they call it, a platoon?
Yeah, platoon
Squad, maybe?
Squad? Squad makes more sense. Where's the rest of your squad?
I don't know, we got separated. That's all I say.
Good.
And I think, after they've calmed me down, Oz is starting to regain his former sense of self. He's getting slightly embarrassed for what he's doing, crying to frost shepherds, but he's still
In the middle
too
of camp,
overwhelmed.
everyone's looking at you.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Can I come help find them? Oz says.
So yeah, they're definitely gonna send some people out after them. You mentioned the flare at all? Or no?
I don't mention it. I assume they saw
Alright,
it.
Cool. You don't mention it. So they're definitely gonna send some people out after Karina. But if you want to go with them, you're gonna need to make some roll. You're gonna get as a consequence, if you fail, you're gonna get the roll of like, I don't know, coward or something for having abandoned your squad.
I am good with that.
I'm trying to use consequences more. It's hard to think of them.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think I'll.
Probably two.
How protective am I? I don't think Oz. I don't think I want to convince them to let me take them with them. Actually, I think Oz is more shocked than specifically proactively protective. He wouldn't like think or know to go back and help find the others. So I think instead, if he has like a tent or an igloo or something dug out of the snow, wherever his sleeping area is.
You have a jerk for the squad.
Yep, I go back to there and just want to like sit and sulk alone in my grief.
That's totally fair to do. But Slush, on the other hand, comes back to the rabbit clearing, and there's the shattered remains of a cyber ATV, the six-legged horse thing.
What?
Like, is there a crater?
It's not a
The
crater.
rabbit exploded the horse.
Rabbit exploded the horse thing, and there's an injured frost chaperone who is unconscious.
Oh,
What do you do?
I'm trudging over to them because I can get some glory out of this. Do I see Karina's body or body parts anywhere?
No.
No? Okay.
No, she's
So-
not dead.
She must have been vaporized. And I just go to save the frost chaperone.
It's an OB4 test to keep them from dying.
Oh, to keep him from dying. Oh God.
It was a bomb. It was a bomb.
Okay. I don't think any of my traits are gonna help here.
Would you learn basic first aid? Would that help from Garrison Born? Oh, traits.
What?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay. I would like to have a focus on first aid through Garrison Board. Can I
You
generate
said-
that focus?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Okay. What are the rules for generating a focus again?
The deeds test.
The deeds test. Okay.
We're gonna say
Cool.
op 2. It's an op 2 deeds test because anyone
Excellent.
can do it, but it's moderate.
And then this you use fate to reroll, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Harrison Bourne is
The life path.
a likely life path to have given you a first aid course.
Cool.
Yep.
So it's the
Okay.
full dice for Garrison Bourne.
Haha! I did it.
Ooh. Our dice
Yeah.
rolls this session.
Yes, you have taken first aid.
First aid. Okay. I would like to apply this first aid.
Cool.
So-
You have a skill thing.
Okay, so then that's just 4
remember-
dice.
Yeah, because it's the life path plus you have a focus, so it's an extra dice for the focus.
Yep.
Okay.
And 4 dice because it was a bomb.
Yep.
Okay.
Ob 4.
A lot of minor wounds
And
they
can I
kill
l-
off their ATV.
Can I levy for proud here that I'm too proud to let this man die?
Don't you give up on me, soldier.
Don't you give up on me?
Sure, yeah, but that means your pride's on the line.
Yeah.
True.
That means
Yeah.
So, in addition to them dying, failure means that you're gonna have wounded pride as a
Exactly. I'm
consequence.
down for this.
perfect.
All right. 5 dice. Here we
You're gonna
go.
have you're gonna have a minor consequence of failure.
Yep.
Like you are a failure. if-
Exactly.
If
Yep.
you fail as well.
All right. Here we go. Oh, I'm
Oh.
using a persona. Come on, live, damn it. Live!
Speed binding his wounds with your, or their wounds with
Mm.
your.
I assume they have a med kit there, so I'm just like using that.
First time
It's a
doesn't
rip.
work, but you find a med kit in the one unexploded compartment.
Yeah.
I think that's what the failure is. You have to dig through stuff to find the first failure before you get to it. There's a
Yeah.
dramatic moment of you trying to have to dig through for a first aid kit, and then you pull it out. You start finding their wounds. I'm assuming there's a sci-fi respirator you can put on them to pump air into their lungs.
Yeah.
Probably.
Or maybe it's some, because I know in Halo they have this thing that will stop your wounds from bleeding. It's just basically cement.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like
but
a,
that
this
you
is super
inject
glue.
in.
This isn't any
Yeah.
of that. This is just super glue that you're holding the bloody wounds together as you pull
Yep.
out the bit of rabbit bone, and
Well,
you're just
if we're just
gluing it
going
back
if
together.
we're skipping modern tech, then it might be like a cyber paste or something like that instead. Just to
Cyber
cyberize
paste.
it.
I think it's like a foam spray, and then you have to wrap it in a bandage.
Yeah.
Okay.
It needs a little bit of time to actually sit.
So I assume this person's still unconscious.
Yes, very much
Okay.
so.
And the cyber ATV is donezo.
It's done so. Yes.
All right. I will carry them back to camp.
Can I try to find you then before you get to camp?
Yes.
Yeah, you go to try and find Oz, and then you don't find him, and then you come
didn't
back.
find him, so I'll backtrack to the clearing where I'll go and try and
I
find
think you could.
and
Yeah,
back
I
to
think you can just do that. I don't think you need a roll to
Yeah.
backtrack if you've made more than one navigation roll of these.
Yeah.
woods.
And you lived in the wilderness already, so it's
Yeah.
I think you could just do that.
You
But
just,
then,
So-
yeah,
you just
we're-
come out of the
we're-
clearing.
Yeah,
we're
so
good.
you just stabilize the guy and you're kind of sitting back on your heels, and I step out of the clearing and I'm like, what happened?
You're alive.
Yes, I am, but what happened to him or them?
What do you mean? It exploded. That's what they do.
They didn't explode on me. Anyways,
I just show the the exploded head of one of the bunnies that is just Cyberhead. Like, this is what they do. They blow up, and I just throw it.
I'll catch it. And then drop it. Like, poor
Oh,
bunny.
okay. Do you know how to make like an emergency sled? You just like tie a
guess we
bunch of
can-
like branches together, and then we can pull them instead of carrying them.
I think that makes sense. We should definitely get him back to camp, but you know what else I'm thinking? This might be a really good opportunity to go and figure out what that project it is that they're doing.
What? Now?
Well, once we get him back, obviously. If they don't know that it was us who brought him back to camp, we're just two people who is missing. We can find Oz on the way and let him in on the plan. Greg will be fine.
What?
Don't put him with any group.
If no one knows we did this, then who's gonna know we saved them?
No.
Yeah.
We'll bring him on a sledge back and leave him near camp. You can claim credit later.
That's not how that works. You can't just say, that man that came into town, yeah, I saved him. No, you gotta do it right then and there. Listen. I understand you want to know about the little project thing, right? But it'll be better. We'll have more credibility if we go, hey, we saved this person, right? Maybe we can ask to know what it's about, or next time we go off, they'll be like, oh, they could handle themselves.
How can you be okay just being under the authority of the Throsh Shepherds all the time? It's so stifling and boring, and I mean, this was way more interesting than sticking a stick into the ground. We're free for a little bit of time. Maybe we should do something with that after we get
Person is
this guy
grievously injured.
after we get somewhere safe.
It doesn't matter when you're part of the death cult.
It's I understand there are problems with the Frost Shepherds. I get it. I understand. But the only way to make it better is from the inside.
Fine, I'll help you get him back anyways, but
If you want to go out, I physically probably could stop you, but I wouldn't recommend it because it's better when you're on good terms. Because then, next time, if we just go, oh, let's go check it out right now, they're not going to send everyone after us.
alright, fine. We'll head back with this guy.
Excellent.
I wasn't able to find Oz either, so we'll probably have to go out looking for him.
Oh, Oz is dead!
He's not dead, well, maybe he's dead. I couldn't find him, so I don't know. He might be.
And then cut to me.
We're gonna
I'm
be stuck
alone
with Greg!
in our yurt, and I just have the frost heart in. I'm like, it's the last thing you ever found, Karina. I'll do something with this.
You're like
Yeah.
staring at her bunk.
Yeah, your empty bunk.
Yeah, so it's op 3, but you have advantage because you have help. To transport the body safely back to camp.
Alright, Scout Guard, Wilderness Survival, 4 die?
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of use out of that specific combination.
I really am, yes.
Mhm.
One of
When
these days it's going to get taxed, and then I'm going to have lots of fun.
Uh-oh, you get a free
I'm
reroll.
going to reroll that with the help. Wow.
This is why I love the as dice rolling systems go. This is why you still didn't do it. This is why I really like rolling a pool of d6, because unlike a d20, that has far less swing than this does.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Was it-
it
doesn't
has a
matter-
weird both consistency and swing.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter how many extra dice you roll, they can all fail.
Yeah.
I do have one question. What is the failure? Should I be using Persona or Fate?
He dies.
What
He
does
dies in
happen?
transport.
Fail.
You're spending the night in the wilderness if you don't succeed.
Does
Oh,
this person die?
That's fine. Okay.
Does our our frost chaperone die in the night, or
We'll find out. We'll come back to
Oh,
you
no.
later. Yeah, so Oz, you're at camp for a bit. Like an hour or so later, someone is coming into camp. There's a little bit of commotion about it. You like leave the yurt.
I'm still curious. So yeah.
Yeah, you come out and it's Greg limping back into camp with like a mangled, bloodied leg.
Greg! I say with my face spreading out to a big smile. You're alive!
Using the like survey stick as a cane.
Yeah.
As they limp their way back into camp. As apparently they were mauled by a tiger.
Yeah. I go and rush and hug them, ecstatic that they were alive. I thought everybody died. How did you escape?
You left me, and you get a big slap across the face, and you left me to the tigers.
We didn't leave you. We ran away. We got ambushed by
From
rabbits.
From me to the tigers. I got mauled by tigers.
Oz is like silently staring at Greg for a sec, just still in a different type of shock now. Karina's dead. And I don't know if Slush is too. There's more than just tigers out there. There's
not a safe place.
rabbits. Why are we here, Greg? They're making
Greg
us.
starts like,
Yeah.
help. Greg's like, help me get to the first aid tent.
Yeah, I put my arm under his shoulder. Greg is as the last of our group. Greg's now my best friend.
dude, he fought off a cyber tiger by himself. That's bad.
Yeah, no, he definitely there's crusted dirt and cyber tiger blood. He did not kill a cyber tiger.
Yeah.
But
I help him over to the first aid tent, and while we're heading over there, it's like, why are we here looking for these? It's dangerous. They should have just the adults looking for them, the soldiers. They would know how to deal with explosive rabbits.
you're saying we're supposed to be learning how to deal with these woods.
This isn't... We need a teacher. This is irresponsible. There has to be another reason for it. The Frost Shepherd says...
as much as you.
Yeah, and so I think Oz is saying this out loud as he's coming to this conclusion. The Frost Shepherds indirectly are the cause of your attack and Karina's death by leaving us out there alone. It's their fault.
Now just take it a step forward and say this is their plan to try and weed us off and kill us one by one, so they have less.
I don't think I see them as that bad, but I do see them as not caring about us really. And so I say if they're gonna risk our lives, your life, Karina's life, for these things, we need to find out why we're really here. I look at Greg to try and ascertain if I can, I want to try and convince him to join us on the, we're gonna spy on the Frost Shepherd's plan.
I mean, sure. Sure. This is going to be...
Leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he fails,
It's gonna be hard, because he's...
It's gonna be op 3 with disadvantage, because you abandoned Greg once before.
Yep.
Earlier today.
Yep.
It's been maybe less than 12 hours.
Yep.
Yeah.
Failure saying any double agents?
He might tell on us if I fail. I don't know. Tell on me.
Definitely get, there's going to be failure is definitely Greg's going to tell the first aid chaperone, they left me to the tigers, And then also failure is going to be enmity of Greg as a minor condition.
Perfect.
Greg just is gonna hate us.
Yep.
All directed at the one person who tried to stay behind.
Yeah.
Top 3.
Okay, in terms of life paths, I have, I think last session's focus of eavesdropping doesn't matter, but also I think it's no longer applicable, right? I should erase it?
You don't have it anymore.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
If you want to regain a focus you had before, you get +1 die on it.
Yeah, that isn't applicable to this.
I don't know how eavesdropping
I
would
was
help.
just
I'm
checking
saying
if
in
I should
general.
erase it.
Yeah, just in general, if you want to regain it, if you get +1 die on recalling a foci you've already rolled for.
Yeah, I think you just know.
Yeah.
It's temporary off.
I think I'm going to use my nosy explorer life path.
Yeah.
To convince him to be nosy.
That seems to be a helpful life path.
Okay.
The siren call
of
Nosy
getting in other people's
Knowing
business.
everybody's business.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have. I don't think curious would help in this case with convincing him to do it. So. I don't think I have any traits or conditions that will affect this. Okay. Let's do it.
Yep.
And it was what?
3 with disadvantage. It's a moderate thing for someone who knows how to convince people.
Okay,
Roll again.
wow.
Yep, roll again.
There it is.
There it is, yeah. You don't do it.
I'm considering dumping a persona into that. I have 6 persona. I need to dump persona. I'm going to dump a persona into this to reroll it again.
That's why I've been dumping persona.
Okay, dumping a persona, rolling again.
Still no.
I'll leave it.
Still didn't do it. You try to convince Greg.
Please, Greg.
They shove you in, it's like, I am bleeding, and they shove you aside and hobble into the first aid tent. And you add enmity of Greg as a minor condition. And yeah, they're gonna just tell on you. So shortly, a little bit of time passes, and you get called into the campmaster's tent, and you're questioned about the day's circumstances. It's like, I understand, it's been a hard day, but
that is quite the understatement, sir.
Yeah, you left a squad mate alone in the woods to go off on your own adventure. And for that, we're gonna have to confine you to the yurt for the remainder of our outdoor training exercise here.
I open my mouth to protest, and then I realize, wait a second.
What you want?
Yeah. And then I do my best approximation of a humbled, like, yes, sir, your punishment is just kind of thing.
Yeah, you're confined to your yurt. That's the consequences here.
Okay.
Your parent will be informed upon return to town.
I say nothing and accept my punishment.
Yeah.
And then...
So yeah, dinner passes. You don't get anything good. You just get, like, a cold tray of leftovers. Not like leftovers from someone else's plate, but like everyone else got all the good stuff.
Yeah.
In front of your yurt at the end of the day. And we see you like pick up your tray and you have to like sadly eat it with like your small little camp spoon that you have on your like
alone in the yurt.
Alone in your yurt. And then we cut to the other two and the dying body around a windy little campfire in the middle of the grasslands in the middle of the night. What is it? Where'd you make camp, other two?
Probably not in the like actual grasslands, because we ran into the forest.
Well, I've been thinking it's all grasslands with like a few sparse trees around and stuff, but like tall grass and stuff.
Well, big part of it is we need to get away from the grass, so we probably got a couple of forest boughs, whatever, down, and it's like, okay, this will insulate us from the grass so we don't die overnight.
We need to like make a little egg glue.
Yeah.
We burn a bit of the grass around us.
Yeah, so you burn out a circle. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is your nighttime plan? Or what's going on at the B storyline or whatever?
Which one's the B
Uh,
storyline?
I don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you go
we-
first.
we-
I do have a
this
thing I'm doing in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
Is
well,
the-
we'll come back to that. We're supposed to see what they've been up to.
Is the fraud chaperone still unconscious?
As of right now, but like if we need them for a scene, we can try to dump some water on their face or something. I don't know.
Okay. I just want to make sure they're still alive.
Yes, they're still alive unless something else happens.
Okay.
Their
Okay.
wounds
Okay.
have been bound.
This is fine. This is fine. We're okay. We're good. We're good. We're good.
Absolutely, we're fine. Why are you so stressed?
Because Oz is dead.
He's
There's no way he made it back himself.
well. He's probably maybe not. We've been over this one. We can't worry about whether
Oz doesn't know his
or
way north
is
unless
not
it's listed
dead.
in a book.
It was, in fact.
It was actually.
He may or may not be dead, but that's nothing to worry about right now.
What do you mean it's nothing to worry about right now? He was the smartest among us.
We can't do anything about it, is what I mean. Unless you want, leave this one and head back to camp and check to see if he got in. Or we could go back to the clearing and track him again from there. Maybe the second time will work better.
No, because it's dark now, and if we split up again, we're both definitely dead, and they're definitely dead as I just point to the unconscious body.
That might be a point, and I'd rather not die yet. Besides, we have
How are you so calm?
What is death? But
Oh, I
why are
forgot
you
you're part of the death cult. Oh no. I thought you didn't like the death cult. I thought they were keeping your mom from you.
Yeah, no, I might not like them, but that doesn't necessarily mean. Look, who knows what's right and what's wrong?
What do you mean? You had to see 8 people die to join, and you're like, that's too much.
Well, I'm at 9 now, possibly 10. We'll see.
What do you mean 9? You didn't see
We didn't
Craig.
count. No, we were at 9 when we saw, the guy from the roof die.
I thought you were at 6.
Oh
I thought
no, we counted back to. And this is really the most important discussion we could be having.
The number of people you've seen die is just like an ever-shifting scale that doesn't matter.
Yep.
So look,
It's just petty arguing.
what I really think we should be discussing is whether we should really be going back at all. Like, we need to find Oz, but
Oz is dead. We've established this.
and
We bring back ourselves and the counselor. We tell them what happened, and then we start a search party for Arz's body. That's it. That's all we do. Greg's been eaten by a cyber tiger by now.
You know what? I've got an idea. Why don't when we
Nope,
bring
don't.
this?
Don't say it. Don't say it.
We
Don't say
bring-
we fake our deaths.
Wait, no, not fake our deaths. What we do is we bring this guy back, and then we introduce you as a hero.
That was the plan from the start.
But I came up with it now, so it's fine.
But you can explain how you weren't able to do it because of all the Frost Shepherd stuff. You were able to do it because of, regular people skills.
All of the skills I used just now, I learned from the Frost Shepherds.
But you don't have. Oh wait, always tell the truth.
Go on.
That's an instinct. You don't have to follow it.
I mean, it's an instinct for me. It doesn't mean other people do.
True.
I know, but if you're seen as a hero, like, you said it yourself, you're like the bastard, right? You're half frost shepherd and you're half people from the town. So if you are shown like you could do this amazing thing, you kept this person alive all night long, and yeah, we don't have to bring me into it, but you brought this person alive, well then maybe the frost shepherds and the people of town, they'll get along a little bit better. If they can see that someone who's part of both worlds can do such awesome and good things.
You're just saying what I wanted to do that you said you didn't want to do before. But now, am I being gaslit? He's just looking around. What is happening?
My whole plan to me.
You're like, here's my plan. It's your plan.
Well, I said it.
Well, if you agree to it, I think that'll work.
That's what I argued with in the clearing when you wanted to leave them to die.
Hey, I never said I wanted to leave. I said it didn't matter if they did, but I didn't say we should.
Just Slosh is just gonna like blink a few times, look back at the body, blink a few times, and then just go, I'm going to sleep. We will wake up at the crack of dawn, get back to camp, and pretend none of this ever happened. We'll hold a funeral for Oz in his lab. We'll pile up a few rocks for Greg. And that's it.
Just rocks.
It just rocks.
Craig doesn't get a funeral.
No, he gets rocks. That's his
It's a
funeral.
memorial. It's a memorial
Yep.
pile of rocks. I'll let you go to bed, and I'm actually gonna go check on the. Hey, is he okay? And stand vigil over him, watching A, if he worsens, B, if he worsens, I will try and do something helpful, and if he worsens and I can't do anything helpful, well, then he died, and I saw it.
I don't know. Roll a d6 to see if he's gotten worse. On a, not a hit, he's fine.
Yeah.
On a not a hit, it's worse. That's a
Hey.
hit. He's fine. No change.
All right. Well, I'll still, keep an eye on him throughout the
Yeah.
night.
Labored breathing, but not dying.
I think, Oz, you had something to do in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
Yep.
No one has. Y'all don't have anything to do at camp.
No,
You
I
can go
just
back
wanted
Oz
to
at
pettily
night.
bicker. Just
Right.
he's a teenager that like we're all dead. we should have known better. Why did we do this?
So, Oz is going to take out something that he brought with him into the camp.
Fun.
I'm going to use my resources from Lab Grown to take out a. I think it's a spy drone that I swiped from my dad's lab before I left.
Normal, fun, smart. Okay.
Yep,
Your GoPro strapped to like a little helicopter.
exactly. And I'm going to try and create that using my resources for Lab Grown.
What do you? It's not super overly coincidental at this time.
Okay.
Unfortunately. We're gonna say probably up 2. It's not that rare, but it's not common, and it's not valuable, but it's not cheap.
Okay.
So, up 2.
I don't think I have anything that'll help. I don't think Curious or Know-It-All or Skinny will help in this case.
No.
So I'll just roll.
I don't even think traits help though. So
There we go.
yeah, you have a little spy drone. What's it look like? What kind of fun animal shape is it?
I was considering.
Is it a fake radial butterfly?
Yes, actually, that's what it is. I was gonna go with a fly, but that's way too small. I think.
I like the idea of a hummingbird too.
Ooh, cyber
Yeah.
hummingbird spy drone.
Cyber hummingbird that you like it's a dead cyber hummingbird that you have like that the
Yeah.
head has been removed from, and there's like a little radio transceiver put in place of where the head is,
Yep.
with like a big
Cyber
camera lens like in the chest.
Hummingbird spy drone is what I've. Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
And
it's like a taxidermy cyber hummingbird.
yep, totally. It's totally normal.
Yeah,
Um,
not gross, not at all.
no, definitely. And so I'm gonna get that out, and then I'm gonna take control of it and send it out of my yurt to spy on the frost shepherds to try and find out why we even need those. Why do we need the frost hearts is what they're called. There we go. Why are we here? What is the underlying secret purpose that's definitely not,
I killed us all.
yeah.
So I'm just gonna tell you straight up, you're not gonna find any of it in camp. You can definitely send your humming drone out beyond the borders of the camp to try to see what's going on, but in camp they're keeping up the pretty clear like training exercise / like geological survey thing.
Yeah.
Where they're sending the frost ewes out to like place these marker flags and whatnot, but they're not. There's nothing like devious in the grand scheme, but like in camp, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, they're keeping their cover in camp.
Would it make sense to have a really high ob, and if you actually make it, there's that one uncensored conversation between two adults?
Well, it's the bureaucracy problem again. I'm just saying, like, there is no ob to get this information from camp. We're going to do a roll for a wider search parameter.
Yep, that's fine with me, because I would start in camp, and then after I don't find anything, I'd look around elsewhere.
Yeah, it's the bureaucracy problem. So the frost chaperones were tasked with the mission of taking these kids out and doing this geological survey. They're also not part. Like, the bigger plan is separated between individual tasks, as opposed to everyone having the full picture of the task.
Yep, it's cells basically within.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like people who build stuff in Area 51 only know the one thing they build. They don't know what the thing goes to.
Yeah. So
I'd be very curious, like, if in like 100 years, what's actually going on in Area 51 gets out, because it's probably going to be horrifying and also very mundane.
Yeah, super lame. Like they were really. It was this secret for all of this. Like, we probably could have guessed it, but we just didn't.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll scout.
Yeah, but we're gonna say op 3 to find anything. Does that seem fair? Because it's a wide search area.
Yeah.
You have to be skilled to like pilot the drone to actually gather information.
Yeah, and keep hidden and stuff like that.
Yeah, to not be exposed. Ob 2, you find something, but you are in turn found out.
Wouldn't that be a failure? If on a failure I still find something, but I am found out.
Ob 2, you still find something, and are found out.
Kind of like a double pardon?
You kind of. It's a mixed success. You can either bail on Ob 2, or you can find something but still be found out. Ob 3 to just find stuff. More Ob will let you find more things. And Ob, like, below 2, you just don't really find anything.
Okay. +1 die from the item asset, I think? Or how does that work? I actually don't remember.
I think assets just let you do it.
Or items, at least? Yeah. Let me double check.
Yeah, because you couldn't do this without the drone.
That's true. Like, unless I snuck out myself, and that would be even worse.
Well, even then you couldn't, because you can't do this wide aerial search without the drone.
Okay. So I think just my flat-out 3 dice. Can I add in the trait Curious?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Totally.
And can I don't think Know-It-All really applies here, unless there's something that that would help that I don't know about.
No, not that I can think of.
Okay. Then 4 dice. Ob, you said it was 4?
3.
3? Okay. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're flying around, and after about an hour, you come across it's basically a strip mine where they're just and you notice the blue flags that you guys were posting in the ground.
Yeah.
Big pile next to it, and there's a bunch of adults with shovels and buckets and wheelbarrows, just like digging up a wide area where there was a bunch of flags in it, and like sifting the dirt, and like just wheelbarrows full of these frost hearts that they're pulling out of the ground. You recognize a few of them from the town of Pitfall.
Mm-hmm.
Are they frost shepherds or just random people?
Oh, just people. They're
Like
just
they
wearing
said-
normal.
Yeah. They originally said everyone's got to pitch in, so yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's a combination.
Yeah, there's definitely frost shepherds with them. They're not like pointing guns at these people to make them work. They're more faced away from the work, on the lookout for cyber tigers and
Yep.
such.
Yep. Okay. And you said they were digging, or did
Yeah,
I
they were
miss
digging up the frost hearts,
digging up the frost hearts? Okay, but like a
and
lot
piling
of
them
them.
into wheelbarrows and stuff.
Okay, then yeah, I think I want to like stick
And
with them
you-
during the night and follow along where those wheelbarrows full of frost hearts are being taken.
So yeah, there's like a couple people that come back and forth a couple of times, like returning with empty wheelbarrows, and then they take up a full one and walk it back. And you follow it back, and they make it to the near town. There's basically a warehouse where they're collecting a bunch of these frost hearts.
Okay,
They're harvesting these frost hearts, and that seems to be at least one part of their winter project.
okay. I'll try to memorize, especially with how much I know about the town, where the warehouse is, but then I'll just investigate it later when.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't really memorize the faces of any of the frost shepherds because of their stormtrooper-like aesthetic.
Yeah, I just want to know if, as long as I know I can go once we're back in town, I can go back to the warehouse.
Totally, you can find
then-
this warehouse again.
That's all I need. Okay, I bring the drone back home and I then try not to cry myself to sleep.
Well, there's very little time left for sleep at this point.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure. But if I can hopefully sleep in if I'm stuck here, so that's good.
Oh yeah, you are confined to your yurt, so.
Yep. But yeah, I think. Do you want to go? This is probably a good time to go to a break, actually.
I think this is a good break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all crying in our respective rooms.
Yeah, this was a great first half of a session. Our characters are doing very well.
Again, all I did was figure
I
out
got a
a
bunny
starting.
friend. Come on.
The only thing I can do for prep is figure out a starting premise and then
Let it start.
just let it
going.
go.
Let
you
it soak
you set
itself.
up the you set up the roller coaster going up, and then we say when it goes down.
Yep.
It goes down. You say what it twists.
Yeah.
I've set up in Roll20 a cyber bestiary, so we can make note of all of our different cyber animals.
Good. Yeah, all right, great. I was wondering what we were missing. It's a cyber bestiary.
Yeah.
Cyber ATV.
That was mentioned, and I know it's not
Yeah,
an
that's
animal,
true.
but it is there. Cyber Hummingbird, we haven't seen a real one, just a fake one, so I'm not sure if...
I know it's made from a real one. Is what I was.
It is
trying
made
to
from a real
imply.
one, yes, so... I haven't...
They just don't have the
Hummingbird.
they don't have the cameras in the middle of their chest.
Yeah.
Or the radio antenna head. It's just a cyber hummingbird. We haven't really talked about what they look like, but
Nope.
they do exist.
And I still kind of vote for the radio butterfly, which floats on.
Oh,
radio.
yeah.
Yeah, the radio butterfly's good. I like that. They're not useful, but there are radio butterflies. They're also cyber hawks. We not include that. They have
Yep.
robot wings and regular wings.
Oh, yep, yep. I knew I was forgetting
Yeah.
something. I was like, there's some kind of bird. Let me add that right now.
Yeah, let's go to our short break.
We'll be back in just a few minutes once I add the Cyberhawk. It's very important. There we go. Okay, thank you for watching. Don't stop streaming, just go to break. Okay. Okay, there we go. I also, once again, for some reason, almost hit stop streaming. That's the wrong button, but I did not hit
Wrong
that.
button.
I did not hit that button. So,
You have
We
the impressive
slept.
echo of you.
I have an
Yeah,
echo.
we slept.
I don't hear an echo.
I discovered it.
Did you have the stream on?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would
Yeah.
do it.
So here's a quick question: Who's the mayor of Pitfall?
I
Who's the
I would like
mayor?
to say it
We're
used
gonna-
to be
we're-
Metal Raider,
we're-
and
we're
then
gonna-
the thing went
we're
to
gonna-
Have
shit.
a mayor. I think
We're
we
gonna
didn't
talk
have a
about-
mayor. It was kind of
who's in-
separate.
Yeah, who's currently in charge, and what are they like?
The Frost Garrison's in charge.
I mean, they're nominally in charge, but there's still like some sort of
Like I thought we had distributed government, as in this person does this thing, this person does this thing, but there's no one person ultimately in charge.
at the end of last
That's right,
cycle that
yeah.
was the case, but that might have changed. And actually, could have been that the
Under the
Frost
Frost
Shepherd was
Shepherd.
like, "Hey, we need a
Appointed
singular leader."
You're the mayor.
But I think I don't think it's a Frost Shepherd, but I think it's someone the Frost Shepherd backed. Like it's someone who is local, but backed by the Frost Shepherds. Could it be the Opportunist?
Please.
Yes, that seems so.
He's just
right.
like this super greedy cyborg guy who then like became a mayor after running a very
That's why he's
morally
not at the dump
ambiguous
anymore.
junkyard
His name
for
is the
decades,
Opportunist.
for years.
The Frost Shepherds said, "Hey, we need a mayor," and the Opportunist said, "That sounds like an opportunity."
Yeah,
Yes, I am the mayor.
he's still greasy and everything. He just has like a suit now over his overalls. I don't know. That's how I imagine him. Thoughts?
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm good with
That's
this,
fine.
yep.
Yeah. So this is like elections. What is the mayoral process like?
Oh
in-
no, not
in
elections.
Pitfall?
They appointed
No.
a mayor, and now he is the mayor.
He's a
So
puppet
it-
mayor.
I
That's what
don't-
he is.
I think there
Until
were
this guy
basically.
referred Guerrero.
I don't think there were. I think there was an election, but I think it was a "Hey, we're appointing him. Let us know if you have a problem with that." And then no
Yeah.
one did.
They said with their shiny blue laser guns.
Yeah, exactly.
Besides, no one would have as much of a problem. He was an integral part of the community for a long time. He's deals with everyone impartially, and he's a member of the Death Cult. So I don't see any reason why.
Yeah, everyone
He's
actually did like him.
actively-
so-
Yeah, everyone likes him.
It's not that
Yeah.
everyone likes him; it's that everyone. He's the ultimate compromise. He's just like, sure. He's better
Yeah.
than what else it could be.
least
He's
he's
the
not bad.
he's the perfect politician in that way. He's just like, okay, I guess.
And you really know that he's in it for himself completely from the start,
Yep.
get go. There's
Yeah.
no hiding anything.
He's
He
openly
doesn't
corrupt.
say any. Yeah, he's openly corrupt. He's like, hey, I will go to the highest bidder.
Well,
And then the
Yeah.
second highest bidder, I'll sell the bomb to.
Yeah.
I think that's a good point about Pitfall. We should be doing more check-ins on the lore.
Just
lore of
random lore
Pitfall.
questions about Pitfall. I like that.
Yeah. I don't know. So yeah, in the morning happens. Time
Crack of
passes
dawn.
like normal-ish. Days happen about the same pace. It's the only thing that you can count on is a day happening. So yeah, morning comes. The campfire in the wilderness has died down. The Frost chaperone is still not doing great, but is now conscious after a night's rest and isn't super lucid, but like brief spouts of like, where are we? What happened? Did you guys patch me up? Kind of thing.
Yes, I patched you up. You're good.
So Slush immediately takes credit. Good. Good.
Yep. Yeah, when he's asking for an authority, I'm gonna be the authority. Obviously.
I'm
Yeah.
completely backing you up on this. Slush did it all. Everything. Everything good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have breakfast? Do you have like any sort of?
No, because we're just trying to get back
No.
to
Yeah,
camp.
I don't think you expect it unless
We're
you
not that
unless you
far.
forage for breakfast in the winter.
I think we can live without breakfast one meal.
Yeah, we could go a day without breakfast.
Fine. You know what? A good breakfast is the start of any healthy day. But what do I know?
Not in a survival situation when you gotta get home.
But what about second breakfast?
That's what we'll ask when we get there.
Yeah. So, is there any big plans, or you just trying to get back to camp?
We're just trying to get back to camp. Just
Yeah.
please
Yeah,
get us out of this.
I think you can do
hellhole.
that. I think in the light of day, you can make your way back to camp. It takes most of the morning because you're also still having to carry the full-grown adult with you.
We got a
in-
sled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you're pulling the sled with an adult in their stormtrooper
Yeah.
uniform, in their like
Yeah.
stormtrooper armor. And
Oh,
they're
they're wearing the stormtrooper armor, and they
yeah,
got
with the stormtrooper
destroyed.
armor with no helmet and the broad-brimmed hat.
Oh god, that's a powerful explosion then.
And I'm spending the entirety of the trip singing Slush's praises. And yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
so you're trying to convince them that you were the hero in this situation.
Yes.
Let's make a generalized. It's be a group role because we have both of you working on this
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
to convince them that you are an upstanding member of the Frost Shepherd Youth. You are a youth to be promoted.
Yes. Excellent.
Failure
So-
means they realize that you abandoned the rest of your squad, and
well.
I think you end up doing the role, and I would give you help
Yeah.
because
yeah, that's exactly how it'll work. We're gonna say,
cool.
I don't know. Ob 2, you look good. Ob 3, you get a promotion, and we can talk about what the Frost Shepherd youth ranking system is.
Cool. I'm going to use Garrison Born. I'm going to use my traits authoritative and proud,
Good. These are good traits.
and I'm going to use my skill authority.
A lot of
that's-
dice.
It is. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6
6 dice
with a reroll.
with a
you
reroll.
promoted to first in charge of everything.
Yep. 6 dice. Garrison Born. Ob 3 is the promotion, right?
Yeah, Ob 3 is the promotion.
I did it.
Yay! Yeah. So this is still like the youth club ranks. It's not like you're actually gaining a rank Frost
Yeah.
Shepherd point, but you get the next like.
Merit
What do
badge.
what do you win? What's your prize?
I'm trying. Wait, because I'm going off the ROTC analogy. Like, can't
What
you
about-
gain ranks in
yeah,
ROTC?
you can. They have like the same ranking system, but it's. I
You
guess-
get your Frost Shepherd card back that will let you go into the store.
Yeah. Could I get my Frost Shepherd card back? That's like cadet.
I think you get promoted to like cadet squad leader or
Yeah.
yeah, cadet squad leader. You get the little collar pin for it.
Yeah.
Card back, but still no name.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh,
the
it's
card
just
back.
like a little. It's like I was thinking more like a Star Trek style pip on the collar.
Mm.
that-
I
that
like
you
to
get
imagine their-
signify it.
I like
what
to
do they
imagine
look
their
like?
ranks are like, so we have this symbol for like the garrison, right? Like the more ranks you have, the more spikes of ice you have on the collar.
How many points are on the snowflake on the collar?
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, so it starts with like 4 or 3, something like that.
I
Probably
think 3. It could
Yeah,
work.
and you have a more complex snowflake pin that
Mm-hmm.
you have to signify you are a cadet squad leader or I guess junior cadet squad leader because a cadet would be actually part of.
Oh,
the
true,
Russian-
yeah.
Yeah, so you're a junior cadet squad leader or whatever, and yeah, you have limited access to the. I guess
I
yeah,
could go
let's
to the
call it
store.
Yeah, you still have to spend money.
Yeah, I still could spend money, but I can use the store now. My shame is gone.
See, look at the good that came of this.
Mm.
Which is a real nothing prize, but yeah, sure.
It might be nothing to normal people, but to Slush, it is the biggest win.
It is
Yeah.
everything. Yep.
Yeah, so when you make it back to camp, they have a big you get your counselor into the first aid tent. They get a better first aid job because field patching up is no substitute for real medical
Yeah.
treatment.
And probably ask for our story.
Yeah, they probably ask for your story. So what do you tell them happened?
We tell them That
Like, by them, I
Yes.
mean, like, the camp in general, like, the specific counselor is in the first aid tent, not, like,
Mm.
at the meeting afterwards.
Our squad was separated due to a miscommunication.
I think Oz gets dragged into this, too. This is where we also
Yeah. So
be
Oz
tagged with
sees us
Oz.
alive.
See where
I-
he's nominally fraud, and Greg is in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
with a
Yeah.
bandaged leg.
They
Yeah.
bring both Oz
Hey,
and Greg in, and they bring both Oz and Greg in, and Slush goes, Oz, you're alive!
Yeah. And Oz is feeling that way too, but he's so shocked. He's just like standing there, stone-faced for a bit, like open-mouthed.
I'll go run and hug Oz, like, I didn't think you'd make it, buddy. And I just look down at Greg and go, oh, hey, Greg.
What? You were gone. I thought you exploded. And he looks
No,
at
that was the
Karina and
counselor.
does a double take again. And I thought both of you were dead.
I thought you were
The
dead.
bunnies weren't that scary. I mean, I picked it up, I pet it for a bit. It was fine.
They blew up Counselor Crayola.
Okay, they did blow up Counselor Crayola, but
Crayola? That's what we're going
I
with?
don't know. I was trying to think of a blue name, and I got
I love it.
Crayola.
I'm good with Crayola.
I kind of dig that. It's just they found a blue crayon and it said Crayola in bigger letters
Yep.
than it said the actual color name.
I mean, they did blow up Counselor Crayola, but Slush here, Slush managed to save their life completely, and thanks to him, we are back at camp. And see, this is the most amazing thing that can happen when you've got the Frost garrison training and the compassion of Pitfall-born people. When you have them together and mixed, and that's why he should be president.
What?
I'm
In
just soaking it
character,
all in.
Oz says. What?
Just
I
go along with it.
I heard the explosion because I thought we all scattered from the cyber bunnies, right? But when I came back, I found Counselor Crayola bleeding profusely from bunny shrapnel. I provided first aid, and from the clearing, I saw our good friend, Karina, coming through the clearing, asking what happened, and then we made our way throughout the night toward camp. We made a little igloo. We slept in it, and we came back in the morning.
All thanks
I-
to his ingenuity and yeah, go.
I am glad you're okay. What,
I'm glad you're okay.
I just
How
walked
I
home.
wasn't really sure that you were going to be able to make it.
No,
that
we
far.
thought
What?
you were dead.
No, why? I ran away from the rabbits.
Yeah, but
Yes,
you were
and
by
I
yourself.
was-
We didn't know if you knew how to make it back.
Or would hit a tree and get caught in a snare, or I don't know.
Are there snares around here? I didn't know there were snares around
Probably.
here. I just walked home.
Yeah,
They're cyber snares.
What?
They're just normal snares. for
leftover
hunting
landmines.
stuff.
There's hunters. I mean,
I know. I can deal with
you've got to keep the
landmines.
tiger personality. You've got to keep the tiger population down. So
Yeah.
What kind of snare would you use to catch an exploding rabbit?
One.
One that
one
explodes
with
first.
water.
Well, the point is
I
you
would
have
say an
to
electrical one, actually.
An
Short
EMP
them out.
snare.
Yeah.
You
Short
short
them
them out
out.
before they blow up.
And you have to pull out their explosive bladder or whatever.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
as part of the skinning process, it's rush in there and
It's like those Japanese chefs that have to cut out the part of the pufferfish that's poisonous, and it's like a really delicate procedure.
Except
it's
it's-
like that, but rabbits.
it's like that, but also timed because it starts beeping as soon as they go unconscious. So like rush in there, cut it open, take it out, throw it, and it always explodes midair as soon as you throw it. Life in this setting is awful. Very strange, but awful. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Greg, you did well.
Oh, he got attacked by Cyber Tiger.
Okay.
I've
And
completely
you're-
dumped Greg now. Now that the others two are
Greg's
back,
just
I'm like,
like
oh, okay,
staggers
bye,
at
Greg.
you.
He didn't care. He told on me anyways, so I didn't like him
Yeah.
anymore.
You survived a Cyber Tiger attack?
Yeah, and Greg points to the merit badge they have for Cyber Tiger Survivor.
Ah. Yes, you shall be known as Cyber Greg now.
Is that how that works?
No, no, it's
nope.
not. Greg's just like, nope, my leg's fine, it's just healing. Not a robot.
But it will heal better if you get a cyber leg from the Cyber Tiger you killed.
Kill a Cyber Tiger.
I don't.
Oh. I just
Big.
turned around and walked away because you didn't kill the Cyber Tiger.
I don't think a feline leg
Children
would
are
properly
cruel.
attach to yours. Unfortunately, I look at Greg like, I'm so sorry. You can't get a Cyber Tiger leg.
It would be a good attempt. Good trial.
But how do we think this meeting with the higher ups go? Like, how do we think it goes?
I think we should make a roll for it. My intent is, get Greg out with as much glory and
Greg?
potential freedom.
He means slush.
Slush out with as much
I
glory
heard
and
Greg.
hopefully
I heard Greg. We're going to roll Greg.
slush as can possibly be managed.
So do we know Greg told on Oz?
Yeah.
Not unless Oz
I don't
is
think
going
it
to
came
give us
up.
a chance to tell us.
I am-
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't care right now, so I won't bring it
I
up.
was thinking we frame it as Greg left us.
The plan is to
Yeah.
slander Greg into Greg's the one that left, really.
Yeah.
We just didn't go
We
looking.
told him to just go wander over that way, and he went so far, and
We
We
when we
for
said
a
go that way,
bathroom
we just
break.
meant a few steps. We didn't mean a few
Yeah.
miles.
We stopped to go use the bathroom, and when we were done, he was gone, and we were surrounded by cyber buddies.
So the intent is to slander Greg and make yourselves look like it's not really your fault.
I think
I
not
think it's more
necessarily fault,
make it.
It's more make Slush look good rather than
Those are
hide anything.
different goals.
Yeah.
I think it's
We can
more.
roll this into one roll. So it's make Slush look good, make Greg look bad. Are you trying to absolve yourself of, like,
I think-
not staying on mission?
See, I
I
don't
think
really
if-
care if Greg looks bad or not.
Yeah, I think if we have to choose two of those three, I would cut out the make Greg look
Oh,
bad.
you can have as many as you want to make the
It just makes it
higher.
harder.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Make
Make
you
us
look
look good.
and absolve of guilt.
yeah.
Cool.
I
We're
want to
gonna
come
say
out of this
that's-
with freedom.
We're probably gonna say that's 4.
Okay. I would like to use Garrison Born.
Yeah, consequences. You're gonna probably get some punishment condition. So, like, some condition to represent the, like, temporary. I don't know if he's in a condition. You're probably gonna be on something super boring, like latrine duty for the rest of the training camp or whatever. Latrine duty, dishes, all of the bad jobs for the
Mhm.
remainder of the camp.
Ditch digging.
Yeah,
hmm
something bad, unless if as a consequence here, because you didn't really like murder anyone, or you just like didn't follow directions is really the only crime you're super guilty of. So the punishment has to fit that. So you're gonna be on
Mhm.
like, well, if you're not gonna listen, you're gonna stay in camp and do dishes
Yeah.
and like whatnot.
Cool.
But if you succeed, you can go back to geological survey.
We never even got back to the fort with the snowball fight. This isn't even.
It's true. Okay, I want to use Garrison Born. My traits of authoritative and proud.
You can get proud, not authoritative.
Okay, so
'Cause you're speaking to an actual authority who knows
Can
they
I
have
use-
authority over you.
I'd still say authoritative because authoritative is, this is the actual sequence of events that happened, and I am very sure on that.
All right, that's a fair argument. I don't know if the authority skill helps.
okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Let's see here. if I use a trait in a negative way, it gets me a fate point, right?
Yes.
I will use the bastard negatively.
Seems fair.
Oh yeah.
At it, and here I'm trying to use it positively. Oh well.
No. So that'll immediately get me a fate point. So I'm rolling 4 dice, difficulty 4. 5 dice?
Yeah, because you use the trait negatively, which ups the up.
Oh, it ups the ob. I see. Okay. So 5 dice, ob 5.
There are no negative dice mechanics. You never
Okay.
lose dice. You only ever increase op.
Okay. So it's just 5 and 5 again. Okay. And then with help, that's a free reroll.
Yep.
And then I could use persona if I need to. Got it.
Yep.
5 dice. I
Nope.
used the free reroll.
Yep.
I used persona. No!
Do you have more persona?
I have one more persona.
Oh.
Can I use one more persona?
Nah, I think we're good.
No.
I'm gonna.
You rolled 3. You rolled 3 dice. If someone else wants to try to do a thing, that's different, you're still on latrine duty. We can get more roles involved in this meeting.
I'm not
So, yeah,
helping.
You try to. Someone helped. Who helped?
I did. I did.
Oh, you helped. Okay.
So I'm
Yeah.
also on latrine duty.
No, you're all
Um,
on latrine duty.
I'm confined to my yurt, thank you. I was
Well-
uninvolved in this.
Your squad came back, and the truth has come to light.
Look,
What?
now,
We're all
I
gonna
just
have
came
to-
back from
I
the
thought he knew.
dead.
I thought Greg already told them that I abandoned him.
Yeah, but now we have the full story. So the punishment is fitting to the whole story. The confined to your quarters was until we figured out what was going on.
Okay.
Like, we know what's going on now.
Oz is unhappy with that, but I am not.
Yeah,
Back
so we're gonna.
first.
It means we're all gonna have a stupid chore scene with each individual person.
We're each gonna have to do a chore.
Let's
Yes.
accept punishment for now.
Yeah, is
Um,
there anything else going on in the meeting? Any other points that need to be made?
Well, it did not go as
I
well.
don't
as
think I'm the type of person to confront these people with my problems. So, no, not at the
Sure.
meeting.
Well,
I
Well, I wasn't
I
going to tell the Frost
recognize-
Shepherds in their face that it's their fault for leaving us alone.
recognize the punishment for the dereliction of duty, and I would like to acknowledge myself in the helping of Counselor Crayola as well, please.
Yeah, we've already rolled for that, so you're
Yes.
gonna have a less shitty
Yep.
chore task in recognition of the fact that you did behave admirably despite the dereliction of duty, but you still can't be trusted for the remainder of the outing
that's
to go
fair.
back out on the geological survey to find something else for you to do.
I think
so, yeah.
Karina's mildly miffed, but she'll take it.
Yeah,
Yes,
what's
I'm-
so who
Hmm.
wants to go first with their chore? Who's first with their chore?
I
It's
assumed
not
we
a
were doing it at
together
the same
chore.
time. It's not a together chore.
It's not a
Okay.
together chore
Mm,
because you're
I'll
staying
do
in
dishes.
camp. You're on dishes.
I'll do dishes.
So yeah,
That's
what
the
is
least shitty of the jobs.
so what is the situation at the dish room? Like what is it going on here?
It's you get a bunch of teenagers together and you feed them. It's gonna be kind of messy, so it's just a lot of messy dishes that he has to do for his whole class.
Yeah, in buckets. There's no dishwasher because it's camping.
Nope. You take the snow and you rub it on
No,
dish until it's
we have
clean.
water. We have water.
okay.
It's
Okay.
not
Yeah.
that bad. You have water. Like
Actually-
one bucket with bleach and water, and one bucket that's a rinse bucket, and like
Do
one
we
with
have a
soap.
lot of snow, or if we're clamping on the plains again, we've got grass.
Fair.
Ah,
We just
I
put
think we
we
cleared
just
our
put the
our
dishes on the grass to dry them.
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah. Instead of
You
a
have-
dish towel, you have a grass.
You have like a bundle of grass used to
Yeah.
dry them.
Um,
That's kind of unsanitary.
Very.
Slush
It's
is
great.
going to
You
try.
stick it into, I don't know.
We washed
Yeah,
the
I
grass
think that's-
first. Somehow.
we wash the grass.
Watch the grass that takes some water.
we
yeah,
we
no.
spray it with antibacterials. that we. Slush is going to like make this his duty, and he's gonna do the dishes the best he possibly can.
Give me an Ob1 dishwashing test to see how it goes, and then if you want to do a thing, so if you want to progress the plot or one of your beliefs or goals in any way during this dishwashing time,
Mhm.
we can do that.
I'm okay, so I'm gonna do
Ob1 to
Garrison.
do the dishes.
I'm doing Garrison Born. I'm gonna take the negative of the proud because even though this is my duty, it's still like they have me fucking washing dishes.
Yeah, up to.
I don't know if bastard would be negative here, but I think
No.
I'll just do the 2.
Mhm.
Yeah.
2 dice. I'm gonna spend a persona.
All the dishes?
Yes, because I'm 1 persona away from being able to level it.
Oh boy.
Yes, I did the
Yay,
dishes.
you did dishes. Yeah, so during your time in the back of the best tent, are you going to progress any of the plot plan, trying to figure out what's going on, or are you just studiously keeping your nose in your work?
Is there any way for me to learn any more what's going on? Like,
If
is
you could
there
try
like,
to- I don't know.
are there like frost shepherds in the cantina late while I'm cleaning?
I mean, there could be.
If there are, I would like to try and listen in.
Yeah. So we're going to try to eavesdrop. So it's going to be Ob1 to not get caught, and any additional successes beyond Ob1, you can ask questions of what you overhear in the cantina while you're doing dishes.
Cool. I guess just Garrison Born again because that's where I got espionage from. So, oh,
Yeah, but
can
that's
I?
less. But Garrison Born for this is going to be less likely to be helpful, not unhelpful. But it doesn't give you any specific like eavesdropping skills.
I would like to recall the focus of espionage for this.
Yes, you get an extra dice for it, so it's 4 dice. And what wasn't that like Ob 2?
I think it's a deeds test, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably op 2, just moderate.
Yeah,
Or
4 dice
journeyman
on,
and then easy, yeah.
yeah, 4 dice on Ob 2.
Hey,
Yes, you have espionage, so
cool. So
3 dice on this.
3 dice
and
on
one,
Garrison Board.
one to not be caught listening in, and then every success beyond that, you can ask questions.
2 successes.
You get 1 question. What do you want to know from your eavesdropping?
What are they using the crystals for?
You don't know the specific thing, but you know generally, because one of the people there is griping about it. It's for guns. They use them for guns. They put them in the guns and they shoot cold lasers.
Yeah, like like from the kitchen he goes, oh, and then you like, oh, just goes cleans more.
Yeah, but that's what they generally use them for. But this is a lot more than these confused. It's like, why are we doing this whole thing? Like, they last a while. We already have a bunch. Why are we doing this massive push for them? So they're griping
Are
about
they
it.
making a Death Star ziggurat?
Who knows?
Oh no.
Who knows?
Okay,
You,
yeah.
you just know they're normally used for guns, and it's weird. You find this out because they're confused. It's like, why are we getting so many? They're just for the guns.
Okay, so the people talking in the cantina are like, why do we need so many of these?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, but they go in the frost laser guns.
Yeah, I will mentally note that, and I will report back to Oz when his chores are done.
And speaking of Oz, what horrible chore are you doing?
I've been thinking about it. Uh, I don't think it would be something as broad as general cleaning. What chores would there be to do at a like fully outdoor camp?
Ooh, I have an idea if you don't.
Cooking is the only other one I could think of.
You're not getting cooking. You're not gonna.
I'm a terrible
That's
You're-
cook.
responsibility.
You're the paperwork monkey. Like you just file and file and file like all the reports that have to be filed.
Yep. I'm
Oh,
being
okay.
given the bureaucracy chore.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more esoteric than just filing paperwork, because you got to send the reports back to the garrison. So what sci-fi nonsense / weird cyber animal nonsense do they transmit?
Cyber pigeon.
How does the faxing? What? There's not like a fax machine. You're not hand running the letters, but there's also not email.
Transcribing the letters into some other different form, like Morse code, and so you're spending the entire time like saying, "Okay, what's the E?"
So how are we transmitting the paperwork that you're basically data processing
Yeah.
through to the garrison?
Trying to think of a cyber animal that could work as a fax machine.
Ooh, it could be like cyber bird calls. Like you type into like the bird, like what you need like to send out, and it does like almost like a Morse code bird call that the other bird on their end hears and like prints out text.
Yes. I like it.
Okay.
Like a kookaburra, a cyber kookaburra.
Yeah.
I think you have to feed it the paperwork. You have to fill out all of the paperwork, and you have to feed it to the cyber kookaburra, who transmits to another one at the Frost Garrison, who
Yeah.
then vomits out a copy.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
But involves a lot of like you writing it down because we need copies of it. Like you're not sending the original.
Yeah.
via bird faxing.
Okay. Yep. That's what I'm gonna do.
I don't know.
I am completely
I don't know
unaccustomed
at
to
all.
it. And
I
then
don't think it's paper though. It's some sort of like pellet or cylinder.
yeah. Ooh, what if it was like I'm trying to think if you could make some kind of form of writing by connecting wires together in certain shapes or something like that. I don't know.
I know the Incans had like different knots. They had
Oh,
like a
yeah,
knot
the
language.
knot.
Ooh,
Yeah.
let's do that. I like that. But it's like knots, but they're made of like wires instead of rope.
I like that.
Yeah,
Perfect.
knots that you run magically through birds.
So yeah, I have like a book of letters to knots or something like that, or words to knots,
Yeah.
and how to tie
it's
them.
more like it's more like concepts to knots, so it's like something to signify what the rest of the knots are about, and then like
Yeah.
either a set of numbers or like whatever.
Okay.
It's a coded thing because otherwise it's not a straight like language translation. Otherwise that would be so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I think I'm gonna try and do that. It's going to be a very dull, even for Oz.
Oh yeah, super dull. We're gonna say this one's obtuse to do well at this because there's a little bit of brain power involved more than just dishes.
Yep. I think I'm gonna use my Nosy Explorer life path. I don't think he's. I don't think I have anything that's quite this. I think both of my life paths are somewhat unhelpful, but I might as well try to get an unhelpful one and clear attacks if you think Nosy Explorer is unhelpful for this.
Nosy Explorer is not helpful. Yeah, no, it's not helpful for the rote translation of data into the wire knots.
Yeah.
But is it hurtful too? Like, is that how you clear it?
No, it's not neutral. It's just not helpful. Like, it's,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's basically. I think unhelpful is the
no-
lowest.
Yeah, there is no independent thought involved. It's just rote translation from
Yeah.
paperwork to not language. Shove it in bird.
Yep.
Like paperwork.
At
not
some point,
language,
I like
shove in bird.
fantasize about making a computer that could, or some kind of device or robot, because I don't think computers don't exist as computers,
Yeah, no computers.
often.
There's no computers, but there's robots.
Yeah.
What those robots?
So I fantasize about making a robot that could do this for me, but I'm just hating every second of this.
But then you think about the fact you'd have to teach the robot the not language after.
But
you
only
build it.
once, hypothetically.
Yeah, that would still be more fun. Teaching someone else than doing it yourself.
All right, perfect. So I'll use unhelpful. I'm going to also. This is a terrible idea, but I love it. I'm also going to use curious against myself, where I will occasionally see something not like interesting, but like I just start accidentally zoning out and reading what I'm supposed to be translating, and I'm doing even a worse job than normal.
Yeah, so after this roll, we'll do a roll to see what you learned.
I'm not trying to learn anything. It's not intentional.
But you are. Yeah,
Fair.
Even if you're not intentionally, we're going to roll in a second to see what you picked up.
And that brings me down to 0 dice. So I'm also going to use know-it-all, because despite all of this, I'm actually decent at learning the rope language. So that brings me up from 0 dice to 1 die. So I need a 6 and a 4. I have a 1 in, 9 chance to do this?
Not great. Not great.
50% after a 1 in 6, so it's 1 in 12, I think. Let's do this.
Yeah. Nope, don't do it.
Okay, perfect. I'm not going to re-roll that. I'm not going to spend all of my persona on this.
Yeah, you both don't get through the stack of paperwork you're assigned, and there's like a 50% failure rate on your translation.
Yep. Oh, I'm just the worst at this. I also...
It's a period of time where you're like after this, where you just get yelled at for like you weren't reading at all, like you're supposed to be learning something about responsibility here, doing what you're told, and blah blah blah. So yeah, you're gonna have the condition like unattentive, scolded, something like that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a minor condition.
I'll do scolded, because I don't think I care to do that well. I'm just checking when I get a fate point, or how... I used one of my traits against myself there. Is that...
So you get a fate point right away.
Okay. Yes, except using a hindering trait or condition for obstacle test. Yep, okay.
Yeah, well, actually would have made the op 3, because you used the hindering trait.
That was my mistake. I took away a die instead of that. But
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
The result's the same.
The result is I definitely failed it no matter basically what.
Yeah, no matter what, you failed. So... yeah. We still get to roll to see what you learned.
What should I roll to see what I learned?
50% translation rate.
Yeah, but you read it all.
Yeah, it's not... It's the reading part went well. It's the writing part that I was terrible at.
Yeah, so we're going to say, once again, Ob 1 to have paid enough attention to glean information. And above Ob 1, you can ask a couple questions.
Okay.
You can ask a question. Or 2 or 3 or whatever.
I'll do the same thing, Nosy Explorer. I think it's probably 2 here? Not 3, not 1.
Yeah.
And then I used Curious against myself before, so I might as well use it for myself this time, yeah.
Yeah, use it for yourself now.
And there we go. Nothing. I learned nothing, and I think I will spend a persona on that this time.
Okay.
Because I want to dump some more persona into that life path.
Mm-hmm. I think I just read once you hit that like first threshold of persona, it says that you immediately increase the rating of that life path by 1 up to the max rating of 6.
Wow.
So I hit that persona thing, so I erase all the persona, and now my garrison board is 4d6.
There are a few other things you could do, can't you? Instead.
Yeah, you could do other things too.
Not for persona, no, but you can for.
Oh, for fate. I see.
Yeah, spending fate, you can turn assets, focuses, and subjects into like items, skills, and wises.
Okay.
Yeah, so subjects to wise, focus to skills is 6 fate, gear to a special item is 9 fate, and then a contact to a relationship is 12.
Okay. Cool. Then yeah, no, I learned nothing even after the reroll.
You learn how many latrines were dug and who did the digging.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brutal.
So now, Karina, what was your bad chore?
The one I'm thinking of is just inspection of, wander around, see if the things are clean. Did everyone put up their tents properly? Just a really boring, minute, like, this has to be, a 37-degree angle to the wind
Yeah.
because
So you
that's
have
what
your
the stupid.
Yeah, so you have your little protractor and your
Yeah.
clipboard and your check and your worksheet for each campsite that you got to go through and check all 27 campsites or whatever.
Exactly. And are they exactly, 26 centimeters apart from each other in the rope? Yeah, anyhow.
Brutal.
Yeah. Let's do the same process. Op one to see how well you did. Op one to do the chore because it seems like you just got to do it. This is a commonplace chore.
But do I though? I want to lie. I don't want.
You want to pretend you did it? You want to fake all of
Yeah.
it? Or we're gonna say
Absolutely, I
op
do.
3 to fake it all. To make it seem believable.
Sweet. I'm going to go for that. It sounds much more fun.
Cool.
My intention is to sneak off and go see if I can't convince Oz to do the same.
But I
That
did my
works.
chore. Maybe that's why I didn't learn anything and did so terribly, actually.
You stopped halfway through to go.
Yeah, that's why it's a 50% translation rate, because I stopped translating halfway through.
It just
Anyhow,
tied
I
a
go-
bunch of knots and shoved them into the bird.
Yep.
Okay, so I don't think either of my life paths is particularly helpful. I'm gonna go with Death Cult Born, because why not? And I'm here trying to fake that I did the thing, so... Yeah, I don't think that I have any useful traits for that, really, either.
That skull board could be 2 dice.
Okay, so
It's not hindering, but it's also not helpful.
2 dice and ob 3. That sounds great. But consequences just I'm found out, and
Yeah, I think you're gonna get a similar minor condition for having bombed this. When you're doing rolls, I am not paying super close attention to your conditions, but you should be.
If the condition is applicable minus a die for it, or...
It's +1 ob, but it also will clear the condition, kind of thing.
Okay. Anyways, I'm going to give it a shot.
Also, I
Also,
think
have
it
you ever
still
had a
gives
trait
you
vote?
fate. It says, oh, fate points are not awarded if you use a hindering life path to clear attacks or hindering condition to clear a condition. So you can use your condition against yourself and then choose to either clear it or give yourself fate.
Yes.
Can I use Frank as a... Look, you have been known to be this in the past, so of course you are not lying. To help me. I really need to clear that trait vote or change that instinct.
For what purpose? You didn't do the roll yet for the faking the paperwork.
Yeah, no, I'm basically saying, hey, look, they're more likely to believe me because I don't tend to lie. I'm trying to use a trait in that way.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. You write them pretty straightforwardly based on what you believe about the people rather than actually checking up on it. You're
Okay.
straightforward, simple language, nothing that can really be conceived as flowery nonsense. It's
Yeah.
still didn't do it.
It was ob 3, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah. Drop a persona. Yeah, I have spare persona to spare. Let's do it. Oh, good. That did
Yeah.
not work, or no.
No,
It's
it
the
didn't work.
exact same roll in
It's
different. There we go.
Same roll. Yeah.
Yep.
So you get a condition for the failure, a minor condition.
Okay.
Scolded is one we used before. Slacker could be a good one too.
I like Slacker.
Yeah. You get the minor condition of slacker for having faked all of the paperwork. And then they go and check the first 10 and you said all good and they had trash everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm literally the only one who did my job.
We're just
See,
the
I have to make
rebellious
myself
students.
Bad to make you look better.
Ah,
That's how this
definitely.
Yeah, so instead of doing your chore, what did you do? Because faking all the paperwork didn't take that long. You didn't do that good of a job at it.
No, I didn't. I do think that I was, probably skulking off to Oz first, to basically convince him to tell him the real story of what happened, and here's my plan for XYZ of what we're going to do so that Slush gets all of the benefits and gets access to everything and everywhere and can get into the secret Frost Shepherd stuff.
I look at you for a bit, Oz does, and then he says, "Why are you attempting to sing Slush's praises with your actions? You
Because
did nothing
look,
but."
Because look, if Slush, as the kid of both a Frost Shepherd and a non-Frost Shepherd, can be this marvelous person, then maybe there won't be so much separation between the two groups. Maybe they'll learn to actually live with one another, and it will be just a better town. They can take him as an example. Whether or not he actually is, it doesn't really matter. What matters is what people think. Besides, it'll get us access to a couple new places, and that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Oz is currently biting his tongue because that last bit is of getting us access to new places is tempting despite everything else.
Getting to town. I meet people. I learn how to play people.
I
So what
disagree with most of that. I am disinclined to think that an example of someone like Slush will be good for people. It's too brutish. But for now, very well.
Aside from the fact that that was not a very nice thing to say about a friend. Thanks.
I'm not referring to his physicality or appearance. I'm referring to his mindset. I say as if that's better. He rushes in. Never mind. He rushes in. He's arrogant. He wants the Frost Shepherds. He wants to be a Frost Shepherd. That's dangerous.
For a while, I wanted to be a death cultist. Is that any less dangerous?
Do you really want an answer to that?
Yes, I do.
Slightly. That is slightly less dangerous.
What is it that makes you think that the Frost Shepherds are so much of a problem?
Oz looks around it isn't an obvious thing. Because they are a boot on the heel on the neck of everyone who isn't like them. Because they don't leave us alone. Because they showed up here when we were children. You weren't around then, were you? You missed a lot of the worst of it. People died because the Frost Shepherds felt like it. Felt like being here. This is not their home. This is not their village. And imagine if back where you're from, you have a house. Not the one here, but imagine one at the town above. Imagine if someone showed up in your house one day and wouldn't leave and started telling you what to do as if they owned your house and started attacking you if you said otherwise.
Well, try and figure out what was making them act this way. People need to get along.
I agree. And some people can get along better by going away.
You'd agree with my dad. That's the entirety of what the town above did. The Frost Shepherds, the Outsiders came and they left. They didn't try to solve any of their problems. They didn't try to learn what it was that made them different. They just left. The only way that we're really going to fix things is not by doing a second exodus, but by actually trying to figure out what it is that makes the Frost Shepherds the way they are, and by trying to get along with them. Slasher, his parents at least, tried. And they were able to get along for a time. And now Slush is getting treated awfully because of it, and so we should just fix that. And then life will be better.
As tempting as the idea of a simple fix to something like this is, it's merely wishful thinking. You cannot fix people.
Wishful thinking it may be, but I'm wishing. And I don't see why you won't too.
Because I'm a
What
realist.
makes you so cynical?
What you said? What makes me so cynical?
Mhm.
Because wishes don't come true. And I walk away. I do the dramatic walking away at that point.
Yeah, you just circle around the transport tent or the information tent.
Yep.
Like,
And by the
you
time
showed
you
up
get back,
here.
I'm
You
gone.
came to me. It's like, that's where I'm supposed to be.
Yep.
By the time you get back to the door, I'm gone.
Okay. So, I was gonna go with you, and then we got in a conversation. Now I'm not coming with you.
I don't know what I was going to do, so with me, where?
I don't know. I thought you wanted me to, like, stop doing my chores and come with you, but I don't. Apparently.
Yeah, so if we don't have anything else, then back at the yurt at nighttime.
Mhm.
When you're all there instead of in the mess hall with all the fun people.
Greg comes back in at some point, just saying,
Yeah,
"Look,
well, this is
I
when
got this
Greg's.
food."
This is when Greg's at dinner. The three of y'all are there. So, is there anything anyone wants to report, or
I know what they use the crystals for.
Really?
Yeah, I heard two guys in the cantina talking about it. They use them for the weapons, the Frost Shepherd rifle, like laser rifles. But those guys were saying, "Why do we need so much of it?" Right? So they're getting a lot of extra crystals for some reason.
So
Are there
they're
any other uses for rifles aside from weapons, or why would they need more of those?
I think it has to do with the project. I don't know.
I look around, and now that I've confirmed that Greg is a dirty snitch, I make sure Greg cannot hear us.
No, he's not with us. He's
not with us?
eating in the
Okay.
cantina. Yeah,
Oh, and we're in the yurt still.
when Greg's at dinner, you're not invited.
I understand.
yeah. We get
So
the
then
leftovers.
I say, I was able to track where all of these frost hearts were going. It's to a warehouse back in the village. We can go there when we are back from this waste of time. Why? I can think of no other uses for frost hearts except for weapons and bigger weapons.
And meat storage.
Other, that doesn't count.
Well,
Totally doesn't
I
count.
would think if they were used for a bigger weapon or more weapons in general, you think those guys in the cantina who were soldiers would have talked about it, right? It seems like they don't even know what they're used for. At least what the amount that they need, like what it would be used for.
Or if they're looking to make that many more weapons, are they maybe have some of them been converted to the death cult or something? I mean,
I don't think they're using them to make more weapons. I think they're using them for something else, which is why they were confused.
well, there's only one way to really know, and that's to figure out what that project actually is.
Oz is still in a bit of a, let's call it grumpy mood from his conversation earlier with Karina. So, even though he considers not doing it, he says, and I'm all for that, but if it's very likely weapons that these Frost Shepherds are building, or at least something related to weapons. Do you agree? I say, looking primarily at, why am I forgetting your name? Slush.
I think if it was more weapons or a big weapon, the soldiers would have known about it.
Soldiers are not told about weapons until they're ready. Scientists develop and build weapons. And other things.
So why don't we take one of these to your parent and ask them?
That is a great idea. We should do that. We've already got
Because
one.
yeah, because they don't seem to
don't
like the Frost
think that's a
Shepherds,
good
right?
idea.
Why?
Why not? They're the scientists. They should know. And you have easy access. You're their kid.
Don't get off the subject. What I am talking about is, and like Austral is very much like not.
This is entirely on the subject. You said scientists would know
do you
how
want
to make weapons.
if
Your parent
if it's
scientist?
a weapon? Why do you? Maybe yes, but why do you want to even be a part of the Frost Shepherds if they're building weapons?
Why do you not want to go to your dad's so much?
That's
Yeah,
completely
the Frost-
unrelated.
The Frost Shepherds are my people. Do we build weapons to defend ourselves? Yes, just like any people build weapons to defend themselves. I don't think they're building a giant weapon, but if we go talk to your parent, give them the Frost Heart that we have to study, they aren't working with the Frost Shepherds as far as I know. So, then we'll know if they're using it to make a giant weapon. Because your parent would be like, yes, you could use this to make a giant weapon.
Oz is very stressed at this. I think I would need a roll, but it wouldn't be just a versus roll. He's not convinced. He cannot be convinced as easily as just an equal versus roll.
How about coerced?
Yeah.
Like compelled.
Can you offer more fate points for a compel?
You cannot, but I
Or is
think
it just
I will
one?
take a compel to make it just an equal versus test. If that works.
Hold on, because I think the compel says like
Make a
like
character
part
do
of
it.
the yeah. Hold on, one player can compel another to try to influence them into making an interesting but suboptimal choice that would award fate points. If the
So,
compeller
what
has at
about-
least one fate point,
We
oh.
both compel you.
Each to
go
do
do
the
that.
same decision.
Yeah, exactly.
sure, yeah. What if we each give you a fate point to go talk to your parent?
I
We just
accept.
peer pressure you into
Yeah,
it.
no, I
Yes!
accept.
Peer pressure.
With like between gritted teeth, I say, your logic is not flawed.
Then why are you so upset? I don't understand.
I stare at Slush like I'm thinking really hard at him, but I don't know what to say. Oz looks very uncomfortable. And he says, my parent is not... He says a lot of things without meaning them, and lightly, so you don't have to listen to anything he says. I can interpret. Okay?
Like, what do you mean says a lot
Like
of things?
talking
But
a different language? What do you mean interpret?
was he like angry?
No. He just is whimsical and will sometimes say things, and if they are strange, run it by me, because they might not be true. He's
He's a crazy scientist.
I don't say anything, but I look at you, and the look says, you're not wrong.
Well, I guess a crazy scientist is better than no scientist.
And however crazy or not he is, he's still your dad, so. Thanks
My
for
parent, not my father.
parent, sorry. Why? Uh,
Yeah. I am uncomfortable in the in the vibe that we've
I'm going to
created
go
in the
for a
yurt.
walk.
I don't think we're allowed to.
You're not.
who cares?
So if you want to break out and try to do a thing in the middle of the night, you can try to do a nighttime excursion. But you're still away at the camp. So access to town is limited till the very last thing of the episode where I control everything. And we'll go from there next time.
I think we hold on to this now because they're not going to build it by the time we're done with camp, right? It's a big project. It's at least 6 more days.
But
I
maybe we
think-
shouldn't be giving them any more weapons. Or weapon
Yeah,
crystals.
I mean, I don't think we can do any more right now.
You could go out and pull up all the flags.
Ooh.
That would require us to go back into the wilderness.
At night,
yeah.
and
Where we
also
got
they will
lost
know
before.
someone did it.
Yep.
Look, we survived this time. Last time.
Right,
Maybe
but
we'll
we
be
got
lucky
in
again.
trouble. The next thing is we're on latrine duty forever.
I
That's how it works.
do not think that will be very helpful. They will just have us do another field trip to put down more flags.
And they probably have enough
Supervised
already
field trip.
anyways.
I
All
think
right.
we take our punch on the chin, we lay low, and then when we get back to town, we talk to Oz's parent, see what the crystals can be used for, and then go from there.
Oh. So is there anything anyone, collectively and or otherwise, is doing at night?
I am not.
I'm making sure no one sneaks out because I don't want to get in any more trouble than we're already in, because that reflects badly on me as the leader.
The person that's going to sneak out?
I don't think I am actually.
All right. Well, no one
Because-
sneaks.
Yeah.
No one sneaks
I-
out. But
I
can
also
I
put
get an
snow
ob
in-
one? Yeah. Can I get an
You
ob
put
one
snow in
watch
Greg's
roll
bed?
to see if he
I was
falls
gonna
through?
put snow in Greg's
Watch.
bed.
I'm good with that. I'll help with that.
Yeah, you can do that. That doesn't take a roll. But can I get
Yep.
a roll for you to stay up all night to make sure none of your friends escape?
Ooh, I could do that.
I slip
Uh,
fitfully. I
It's ob one to do it.
sleep fitfully.
But you get the condition very tired if you fail.
Cool. I assume Garrison-born might be helpful here?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Garrison-born. I don't think any of my other stuff would help, so... Yeah!
You did it?
I did
Yeah,
it.
so you successfully kept watch. I guess you had like a tripwire with a bell on it or something.
Yeah. The dog
Yeah.
wanted in again. Hold on.
Nobody snuck out. It's not like they were trying, but they didn't anyway.
Yep. Listen, no one. This group of friends, they would tell me no and then try to do it anyway.
Yeah. So in the
What?
morning,
How dare you?
yeah, because all of you failed at doing normal chores all night, you're going to be sent back into the wilderness with a counselor
Well,
to
hey,
recover.
our very trustworthy leader successfully did his chores.
I did
so
my
might
chores.
he be trusted to keep the rest of us in line?
Sure.
Yeah.
You're all sent out to retrieve the cyber ATV wreckage from the woods
Ooh.
or from the brush.
How
There's-
how do we get it back? Do we like repair
That's-
it and write it back,
That's
or
not a B question.
I'm 13, I can't repair a cyber ATV.
Not my problem. You're sent
What do
to
you mean?
retrieve. Your
That's like-
task.
That's
is
like
to-
giving a 12-year-old a map to the wilderness, say go find the plane and fix it.
I said
do you
before, they're very irresponsible.
But look, I'm sure that Oz can fix the ATV if they
I
can
didn't
give
take
him
the
whatever.
mechanics elective.
They didn't tell you to fix it. They told you to retrieve it.
Right, but retrieve
That
it
is what
how?
your
It's
job
probably like
is for the
12,000
day.
pounds.
Not my problem. You're making a lot of this my problem when I am clearly saying that is the problem in front of you.
I'm a minor. I can't pull that. All three of us couldn't pull that back. There are cyber tigers and exploding rabbits out there.
We'll tie it to a cyber tiger.
That's a great idea.
You're told to bring it back.
All three of us are there?
Yeah, it's all of you.
I'm gonna try and fix it, at least enough to go.
Yeah, so I think let's do a
'Cause we know where it
cursory
is.
roll to not get walled on the way.
All right.
Probably Ob 1 get there roll. And then we're gonna spend a little bit of time trying to figure out how you're gonna get this thing out of here.
Okay.
Well, I can
Wilderness.
do the Ob1 get there roll because my
Please do.
combo is easy.
Failure means there's another encounter in the wilderness.
There's more
You have
rabbits.
no idea how tempted I am to then just bomb this roll, but I'm going
Well,
to go for
I'm
it.
telling you the failure condition. It's up to
Please
you.
no. No more exploding
don't.
rabbits.
Okay, there's people who are saying no. I got four
Yeah, so
successes.
many such success.
It's
You
a
get there-
stroll.
You get there before lunchtime. You spend a little bit of time like eating trail mix or whatever.
There's some supplies on the ATV which we scavenge.
Yeah. So yeah, there's
Okay.
this heaping mass of metal.
Okay,
Oz.
With a weird organic motor.
so step 1. I'm gonna establish my skill at fixing up mechanical things because of my robot building.
Biomechanical.
Biomechanical.
It isn't close enough. I think I'll be using Nosy Explorer to establish that skill for biomechanic. That's the skill. I'm a biomechanic.
Yes, because it's a robot with bio. It's nonsense.
Yep.
It's like squishy inside and metal outside.
Yeah, there's just like plastic tubes containing blood instead of normal. Like
instead of fluids.
Yeah.
It's
It's a
horrifying.
mess.
it's
Don't need an oil change.
it's an
though.
abomination. Yeah.
Yes, abomination is the appropriate word.
Technically, it's a green energy vehicle.
So I'm gonna try and establish that. Let me look at where are we? Using my wises to wises test. Establish the character knows useful subject. I'm not like the best biomechanic. It's mostly building robots, is what it is. But still, I would actually closer just call it regular mechanic for what I am actually familiar with.
I think op 3 is
Okay.
the base op of 1.
Okay.
It's obscure or unusual, and like always, it's overly coincidental that you know how to fix the thing that's broken in front of you.
Well, it's not. I would argue against overly coincidental because we've already established that I specifically have been building robots in my spare
So
time.
the whys, alright, fair enough. The whys would be for just mechanics
Yeah,
or robotics.
That's what I mean. Regular robotics, not biorobotics.
The skill you really want here is the biomechanics skill.
Yep.
Not the skill we're going for.
That's
So
true. Okay, I'll go with biorobotics for the Ob 3 then.
Well,
Okay.
I would also say that you have that Hummingbird that is biorobotics.
Yeah, but I just
Yeah.
stole it. I didn't build it. That one I just took from the
Oh,
lab.
you didn't build it. Okay, you stole it.
I like
Borrowed
this
it from my
lower
dad.
building up. That's how we're powering a lot of stuff because we haven't really talked about power sources. Like I like this biomechanical engine that we're going.
Yep.
Because it's gross and weird.
Perfect.
Leftover.
It would make sense. That's what you have access to.
The white egg thing is what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, there's a trend. It's
Your
continuing
friend.
the trend.
So looking at this, yeah, subject biorobotics is my intent. Ob 3, nosy explorer, because that's what I spent a bunch of time doing when I was exploring, is taking things and doing that. Know-it-all seems useful here.
Yeah.
So you don't get points for traits.
For establishing the
Oh,
whys,
you're
right?
You're right. Yep. I don't think it does. Test, ability test.
Yeah, so if you're
Yeah,
trying to
you're right.
recall this in the future, if you succeed, you get an extra die for that.
Yep. Oh, I think I'm gonna switch it from. I'll do lab grown instead. Then I think especially because I'm going for biomechanics, not regular mechanics. I think it's part of the textbook stuff because it's biomechanics wise.
Yeah.
So that would be likely.
And so 3 dice and nothing else except some fate fate in this case to help me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There we go. Okay. I will spend a fate to re-roll that. I will spend another fate to re-roll that. That's the wrong thing. There we go. Just gonna probably spend all my fate if I have to. I'm gonna spend another fate to re-roll that. I start with 6 fate.
Let's say each time you do fate, we're gonna say it's about an hour of further tinkering on this thing.
I'm really glad we got here so early.
Yep. Okay. So I spent 2 fate so far,
Just writing some
and now I'm
spare
spending
words
my
up the
3rd
tree.
You've
fate.
spent 3 hours so far.
Listen, this is their fault
Okay.
for putting us out here and saying, bring it back.
Now that I'm down to, let's see, there's 3 fate spent. I'm not spending any more fate. I don't know enough about biomechanics to get the wise, or at least if I do, it's text. It's up to you, Indigo.
Oh
yeah,
I think get it in tax is fine.
Okay, perfect. So wises are taxed, but I have biomechanics wise for now. My next plan is to use Nosy Explorer to have swiped some bio ATV repair parts from camp before we left. Because if the bio ATV, cyber ATV came from camp, they probably have at least a repair kit for it.
We're gonna say 2 for that.
Up to?
Yeah, 1 because it makes sense, 2 because it's coincidental.
Fair.
Once again, it's my favorite +1 off.
Okay,
It
succeed
makes
that
sense.
one.
Yeah.
So-
you have parts, you have the whys, but you're like your brain hurts for like trying to figure it out. You spend like a few hours just like tinkering.
Yeah,
with it.
how
Like,
do I do this?
know what this is?
And now I want to actually make the roll to
now
fix
we
it.
roll to fix it. You spent 3 hours figuring out how it works.
I can help because I have Shepherd wise, and this is a Shepherd vehicle.
Yes, I'll buy it.
Like, yeah, that
Yeah.
looks like it's in the right place.
That's perfect. Yeah, connect this shade of blue to this shade of blue wire because they're all blue wires.
They're all blue wires. Only I can tell the difference between the blues.
Yep.
No, that's like aquamarine. No, that's like a teal. You want to connect the teal wire to the teal wire.
Yep.
You want the coral blue wire, coral blue wire.
Yeah, but the machine is still like machine gunmetal colored. It's not like a blue machine.
Yeah.
Just
No.
only wire. You pull it open, and there's like a weird fleshy bit that like wires coming out of it. And all the wires are blue.
Yep. It's all sorts of stuff. Okay. So help is advantage or an extra die?
Mhm.
Okay, advantage. 3 dice for my thing, and then +1 for biomechanics wise. The item I don't think helps here. It just lets me do it.
Yeah,
Better.
it doesn't make me give you disadvantage for not having tools.
Yeah.
Just trying to do this with your bare hands would be disadvantage.
Yes. I don't think that matters. I might as well. This is an ability, or this is a regular obstacle test, so I'm going to use Know-It-All as well because I can.
I think this is gonna be a hard test. I think it's a journeyman repair job.
Okay.
It's not like the most complicated machine, but it's not like something an average person could do.
Yeah.
But it was blown up.
Yeah.
4.
Okay. I have 5 dice
With a reroll.
with the
With the
reroll. Would science-wise help?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. 6 dice. That makes me feel more comfortable. But
Nope, use that
I'm
reroll.
going to use a persona. Oh, no,
no,
I don't
use
have to
the
use a
spell
persona.
persona.
You're right.
Yeah, use the reroll first, and then use a persona.
Did that work? No, oh, it did work. 6 dice. There we go. Oh,
A lot of success
Nice.
now.
Do we really have to return this to the camp? We could just say that the cyber takers made off.
How do you fix it? What is the process?
well,
of
the
fixing this
reroll helped fix it,
monstrosity
so I
look like?
actually think Slush helped a huge amount. I think it was, honestly,
You
I-
did it right, but you couldn't tell the blues.
it was the shade of blues. Like,
Uh,
I think that helped a huge amount. I was like, oh, okay. That's what this is.
Like- no, you put the hydraulic wire to the leg wire. You gotta rewire that.
Okay, hydraulic. I just want to clarify here. The term hydraulic wire makes no sense.
Yeah, you're right, it
Hydraulic
doesn't.
Is liquid powered.
Exactly. It's
So
the
there's no
wire
wire-
that powers
there-
the liquid
there-
power.
There is no wires in hydraulics. It's tubes
Mhm.
for the liquid.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
hmm
It's a cyber thing.
Fine.
They made wires to power
Indigo,
hydraulic
you're just
systems.
saying what Austral is saying. He's like, that doesn't make any sense, but eventually when I start listening to him, it somehow
Actually,
works.
But it works.
Why does this work? I say, with...
Listen, I told you, the shepherds have a lot of problems. One of them is powering hydraulics with power.
Yes! That's a problem.
Very inefficient.
Okay. We have fixed it.
Rena hops down from
Where
the
do we
tree
wanna
where
take
she's
it?
trying to make a rabbit snare for the fun of it.
Personally, I think we should just return it. I believe that the wilderness here is far too dangerous for us to safely take even a cyber ATV out. What if we accidentally hit another rabbit?
That's true.
It's called
We-
roadkill for a reason. If we are on the road, we might get killed.
We get killed. Yeah. I'm
On the
glad that
other
transcends our cultures.
On the other hand, we have a perfectly good repaired ATV. What other chance are we going to get as 13, 14-year-olds to drive something like this?
Yeah, we drive it back. That's what we do.
Yeah. I mean, the
Well,
only
like,
place
you're
I
like
can
out
think
going
of to
here,
go
so-
would be if you want to see your parent. This is a faster way to get to the town above.
I
I came down from there for a purpose. I don't see a need to go back right now, but thanks.
Worth a shot.
So we can hop on, drive this puppy back to town.
By the way, does anyone know how to drive?
No,
I know I've read the driving book.
I should have read that book. Well,
It's a shepherd thing.
Never mind.
Know-it-all, maybe.
Yeah, even
You
with
know, we don't
know-it-all, I'm
have tech
saying
like this above.
yes. I'm gonna walk back. You're welcome to drive it. Slush.
Okay. I just
I'll
hop
ride
on.
with danger and, go behind you.
Yeah.
It's a novel experience.
We'll see you back in town, loser. It's like just rev it up.
Perfect. And I'm gonna.
Yes, you should be left behind.
I made it back to town specifically from here before without getting lost. And also now I have a big
No.
cyber ATV trail to follow.
But you should
Not
really
so
hop
much
on
lost
because like
is there's a loud noise. How many cyber tires will be Tron with?
yeah, like this is
Sure, you don't wanna ride.
biomechanical, right?
You're
It's like made from
correct.
cyber goats, so we gotta.
Why did they
Hurry
make
up.
it?
But I told you, there's problems.
With their engineering department, apparently. Fine,
Yeah.
I'll hop on.
Yes. What is there a role to drive this?
No, I think you can get back to camp.
Yeah.
I moved the cyber ATV from cyber beastery to cyber nonsense tech.
Yes.
Sort of
Got
in
it.
between the two.
Yeah, adding the humming spy drone and the Frostheart cold rifle is the only other cyber nonsense tech we've really encountered.
I think so, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so we make it back with a fully fixed. With 9 successes, a very well patch jobbed ATV. I don't think it could be
Brand
fully
new.
fixed. It's not brand new. It still got exploded.
Yeah, it's
that's just
limping.
character.
It's not going very fast.
But it's not likely to break again until exploded again.
Yeah, but let's.
It's
roll
actually
two.
functional as opposed to needs more repairs. It's repaired as well as it could be
Yeah.
Yeah.
by someone
Alright,
who even knew.
I rolled a die, and there's another wilderness encounter.
No.
What monster do we find? This is not necessarily. This is a non-hostile monster.
Okay.
What non-hostile thing
We
do
ha-
you
it's
run into
winter,
out
And
in the
And
woods?
so
Unicorn.
the hibernating cyber penguins are waking up.
Yay, cyber penguins!
Yes. Okay.
They're
I'm
not-
with that.
they're not. Those are
Hibernating-
coastal animals.
It's a cyber penguin. It does not a real penguin. Okay.
They were a coastal animal.
You sure?
It's,
And you
They
didn't
live
catch
like
when I said
mole people
hibernating
under the
cyber
grass.
penguins?
They live like mole people underneath the grass.
Okay, if it's not hibernating cyber penguins,
Okay, I know this animal in real life is super dangerous, but it's a moose that the cyber part reduces their urge to kill.
that is the
to
first thing you would do
zero.
when you cyber a moose, is make it less murderous.
You just make it non-murdering cyber mooses, so they're like
I don't
petting
think
zoo
it's
animals
I
now.
don't think it's a cyber moose though. I think it's a plant moose.
Plant moose?
Yeah, like they grow on vines.
Yes.
I'm
It doesn't
confused.
fit the world as much, but it's a fantastic.
I don't know of plantimals.
Plantimals.
No,
Add
it
it to
still
the
be a-
list. We now have
It can still be
plantimals.
it can still be a cyber moose. But I think during the spring there's the moose flowers on the vine, and then they start to grow, and then by the winter they fall off, and the moose is there in the winter.
And from their antlers grow little apples and different fruits that you can pick.
Yeah, and they drop and they wander around during the winter, and the apples fall.
Yeah.
And then in the spring they bloom and grow into more moose.
This is the strangest world ever.
I don't know.
Ah,
I don't know how to fill the time. I'm just trying to throw things in front of you to deal with. So yeah, this could turn dangerous, but currently,
Yeah, now instead of attacking without being provoked, it will only attack if provoked.
Yep.
but I don't think the moose notices you to begin with.
We just ride on by because moose.
It's in your way, is my point. Like the moose is directly in your way, but they're big, and you see the fruit dangling on the antlers,
Mhm.
with like the Borg style like robotics going up the antlers.
That we
Up
go
and wait?
around.
You
Does
see it
anyone?
bobbing up in front of you.
Yeah. I think I want to try and take out my Hummingbird camera thing and try to take a picture of it using the Hummingbird. I just hold up the Hummingbird corpse and then click a button on the back and it just takes a picture of the moose.
You squeeze the bird and it goes, takes a picture.
I like the squeeze mechanism.
Yep.
You squeeze it.
Yep, that
It
is
looks real bad.
what I do.
Can we go around the cyber mooses?
Just wait for it to leave.
Seems content. I want you to take. Yes, you can get a picture. The picture is a fine action as far
Perfect.
as like recon goes. I don't think that takes a roll, but we got to do it. You got to do a thing to get
Karina,
around.
do you have the animal handling skill?
Don't I
You're
listen?
blowing up on the rabbit.
Listen. We could just
Hop
go
off,
around.
cyber
No,
ADT.
we could just go around. We don't need to deal with the cyber moose. We could go around.
I have to confess, I am curious about how its biocybernetics apply to its growth. It's very abnormal.
Right, that's something we could read in a book. We don't need to do it now.
But there's an
Well, there is
apple
first-hand
right there.
experience.
Hold on,
Right,
I'll
but-
just be a second.
Hop
My
off,
my
ATV.
curious trait is immediately like just going off. So I get off the ATV while it's stopped, and I try to creep closer to grab an apple that just fell off of its antler, and it's like right next to it. And I want to creep closer and grab a moose apple.
Ob2 to grab the moose apple.
They both
without
hop
being
off.
noticed.
They both hop off, so I'm gonna use my instinct to get me into trouble. Is I will stick by my allies no matter what.
You hop off. Too.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Ob2 to grab the apple without being noticed.
Okay. Should I get a fate for this?
Probably.
For the curious? Okay.
Because you're gonna get the major condition trampled by moose.
Okay, perfect.
And
That
I
is also
Don't
known
get
as
in the
dead,
process.
but okay.
Can I help by getting its attention, or not necessarily getting its attention, but doing the same sort of thing as a rabbit? Is like, here, moose, come say hello.
That's good. It's a roll to get the moose to do that. Distracting the moose you could definitely do for like a help thing, but to try to get the moose to friendly like walk up to you is
Oh, I'm going for the distraction more. So if it doesn't successfully walk up to me, that's fine.
yeah. You could start making whistles and clicks to try to like get the moose to pay attention to your general direction as a help. Yes, most definitely.
Then I am helping you.
I don't think I have anything that'll help. Nosy Explorer.
Is medium, so it's the
Is
2 dice.
urban.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Lab grown would be 1 dice.
I'm gonna use lab grown then. Despite the potential of being moose trampled, I have a taxed wise under lab grown that I need to get rid of.
Oh no, you're gonna die.
Would skinny help me sneak better here?
Yes.
Okay, I'll use
seems
skinny.
fair. Yeah, you're weaving it out of the the grasses.
Yep. Perfect. Okay. Ob2. Oh.
No!
Nice.
There
The
we
apple.
go.
Yeah. No, that worked. Okay,
Yeah, you
so I
get
grab the apple.
Yeah. You can hear some. I don't even know. It's an apple, but it's like fleshy on the outside. But I don't wanna
Ringy
do
noises
more-
between.
Well,
under its
it's
skin.
furry. It could be just a furry apple.
Oh, gross. But like, yeah. Sure.
Gross yes or gross no? Because
Gross, yes.
Okay.
Gross, yes. It's a gross furry apple. It's still bright red though.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. If you plant it, do you get a cyber moose? Is that
that's
you
how it
make
works. Yeah, it
cyber-
grows into a
That's how you
cyber
make-
moose plant. Like
Absolutely.
instead of like
Grow
plants growing,
things.
instead of fruit growing plants grows fruit grows plants. It's fruit grows plant grows moose. Rocks around, drops fruit grows plant grows. Yeah, it's
Biomechanics.
yep. It's so it should grow into a moose tree.
Kind of like an egg.
Are clones?
Sorry.
Does that mean all of the mooses are clones? There's only one set of DNA in that cycle.
Yeah, there's only one set of.
That's what I will
DNA.
check during my
like
research.
Plants, we can talk about this. Like plants, they have to be pollinated from a different like moose tree or moose vine.
Mm.
So 2 of the moose apples have to actually fall next to each other.
Well, like bees and stuff.
Yeah.
Cyber
I'll
bees.
Stop messing with this. Says the biologist. Yeah.
I don't
Is
know
there
what to tell you. I have as much information as I do on cyber
God.
boost biology. We're just trying to logic our way back
Yep.
to sane from a nonsense
Logic.
sentence.
Okay, you got the apple.
Yes. Let's go.
Can we just hop back on the cyber ATV and we could go around the moose?
The apple's
Please.
weirdly, grossly warm.
See, I'm.
Keep it next to the frost heart.
That is bad for both of them, I think.
Like body temperature warm.
Put it in your other
Yeah.
pocket.
It's like more of an egg than an apple. But yes.
Ew, like
You
a
bite
flesh
it.
egg.
I'm sure there's some delicacy where the people cook the cyber boost eggs or apples.
Probably. Yeah.
Some, like,
They're eggs and apples.
some like meat pie kind of thing from the weird, gross flesh apple.
Karina, could you
There's something
please
very
get back
wrong.
on the ATV,
Ooh,
please?
but it also has like a robot pit. Like that's the robot part. I was trying
It's
to
a
think.
battery. It's like a double A
yeah.
battery.
Thinking where the robot comes
Yes.
from. Yeah, it's like a robot pit in it.
I don't know why you're looking at me, Slush. He's the one who got off first, but I get back up on that.
Yeah, I do too, and I'm just like looking at the apple like, and muttering to myself about its various properties. About
I will now hop back on and
Yeah.
drive us around the moose.
Yeah, you drive around the booth and you make it back to camp, and I don't think there's anything else going on back at camp. So the weekend or whatever, the long how many days was this camp? How long was this?
a few days, I think.
We'll say a long
Oh, and
weekend.
a week camp.
A week
Yeah.
at most, yeah.
The week-long camp ends. You make it back home, and immediately y'all go back to because you talked about it ahead of time. So the next time we see you, you're all out like after the debrief back at the academy.
Yeah.
What do we call it? Snowflake Academy.
I think
we
that is
did.
what we called it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I get my card that says I can go shop at the store now.
Yeah, you get the little advancement ceremony where you get your
Yeah.
snowflake badge.
My shame is gone.
Better note-taking job. I'm just putting titles on things and not filling anything out.
That's fine.
Snowflake
Academy.
Academy. Yeah. So yeah, you get the debrief ceremony / ceremony for advancement. Like it's not just you that gets promoted to squad leader
Uh-huh.
or
Is this like the point of the outing was to find the squad leaders in the
I
groups?
think that was part of the activity was to promote squad leaders. So like there's like a selection of you that are all standing with the front and they get things pinned on you. Parents are normally
Greg,
the
one of
odd.
them?
No, Greg's not one of them. It's
No,
one per
Greg's
squad.
part of our squad.
Yeah.
Yes, but he fought off a cyber type.
You're not
I
wrong.
saved
he
the
gets-
chancellor's life.
He gets a special accommodation for bravery or something
He
like
gets a
that.
medal.
Yeah, he got his I fought a cyber tiger and all I got was a stupid badge.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so after the debrief and advancement ceremony, you decided you were going to talk to Oz's parent about the crystals and stuff, and you make it back to the lab, like the real lab, not your clubhouse, and there's a note on the fridge from Dad explaining that he had gone off to work on the project. He had been recruited for this project for an indefinite amount of time. There's a few ready meals in the fridge for you and instructions to behave.
Does it say don't tell anyone you're a clone on the note?
No,
Oh,
it
please,
doesn't.
yeah.
And that's the beat on the episode. All of you like finding out that the one scientist you had access to in town is
It's
gone.
on the project.
Yep.
Hmm.
Okay.
So
We
we're
cut
gonna
the
have to
credits.
science the shit out of this.
Hey, we cut the credits.
Yep. Okay. So let's do end of session then.
Yeah.
What do we
So
have?
keeping with the theme, next time will be a science-themed one because we had a Death
Yeah.
Cult one, we had a Frost Garrison one. Now we're onto a science episode.
Okay.
Excellent.
Here
And I'm
we
out of
go.
episode ideas, so we're gonna see what happens.
Then it's just we'll have a cyber animal episode somehow. That's what they're building. A cyber
A
animal.
giant cyber animal.
Who knows?
Cyber King Kong. Cyber Godzilla.
Anyways,
Well, I guess we had to like we meet the gang episode, and then we're gonna do a subject episode on each of the gang, and then we're gonna that's 4, and then I guess 5 we start the adventure.
I guess so. So for each belief we furthered, replaced, resolved, or had another PC involved in. Okay.
Who wants to go first?
I think I furthered my belief. The Frost Shepherds do nothing without reason. I will find out what this winter project is.
You definitely furthered it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You have more clues now.
Yeah. So I'll
Yeah.
get one persona for that. I don't think I furthered my other two, let alone resolved them. So that's me.
What were your other two again?
The Frost Shepherds oppress individuality, and Slush should not wish to join them. I will make him doubt his goal.
No, I just sort of acknowledge that. Yes, there are problems, but the only way to fix them is on the inside.
Yep.
That was me who cut you there.
If anyone knows that I am a clone, then they will surely think I'm a monster. I must keep it a secret forever from Karina and Slush.
You did successfully keep it secret, but that's not really an active thing to
It
do.
also didn't specifically get furthered or replaced or resolved, so I don't think it is anything. It is still there. That is it.
You might want to think about that one because I don't know how you can ever further or resolve it other than it going backwards.
That's the intent. The intent is, for me as a player, it's going to shatter eventually.
I think next episode we're gonna push on that belief a bit because it's gonna be an Oz science centric episode. So I think we might be pushing that one a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And now you have the lab all to yourself, so you could use the big boy lab.
Yeah, when the other two of you stumble upon the growth pods, we can have some questions.
Yep. Okay.
Alright,
Yeah, I think that's me.
one of my beliefs definitely didn't trigger, and that's Mom wasn't the leader of the death cult. We could be a family again. I must sabotage her status. No sabotaging has occurred. Probably furthered. I must hold up Slush as an example of the benefits of unity.
I think you did further, but not like complete it.
Yeah, agreed. And I believe that families should be together, so I must make Oz spend time with his parent. I would also go with furthering because we made him agree to at least talk to him.
Yep, that's true.
I'd agree. That seems fair.
All right.
I think I just furthered. The Frost Shepherds have denied me my birthright. I will earn their respect. I don't think. Yeah, I just furthered that. I think.
Yeah.
So one there. Oz is rather intelligent compared to the others here. I must investigate this. I don't know if like pushing you to like let's go see your parent is like counts as that.
Now we saw Oz's intelligence, but you didn't like have any. You
That's
didn't
fair.
push on the source.
Karina wants more time with her mother. I will help her do this by destabilizing the cult. We talked about the cult, but not necessarily like what to do about it. So yeah, just the one. And yeah, that's me.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. I was thinking miniseries lengths for this. So
Yeah, another 4 episodes or something.
yeah, I
I'm
was thinking
wondering almost. Yeah. Are we wanting to discuss now?
Well,
I was just putting it out there that we're approaching the apex of the storyline. Was my point, where it's going to be, we have like an Oz episode where we further science things about it, and then we're going to spiral down with the resolve, and then someone else who wants to have a campaign or mini series thought now is like about 4 episodes out.
fair.
Have it crystallized.
Before we do that, there is one thing we have not done ever at the end of a session that is in the book. Set voluntary conditions, which it looks like it's basically a post-credit scene we each get to set if we want to. Each player may choose to set a single voluntary condition for their character, accompanied by a brief epilogue illustrating the condition.
Where
like,
is that?
At the end of session section on page 24. 13 if you're using the PDF page thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Red
set voluntary
13,
conditions.
page 24.
So if there's any, post-credit scenes, this character is up to something that we set a condition that should, affect the next session thing. I can't think of any right now, and it is supposed to be right now or not at all. No, I don't think my character's up to anything tonight. Or, between sessions. But that's a thing we can keep in mind.
Yep. I, after the ceremony, get a candy bar from the Frost Garrison and then pump my fist in the air in victory.
Okay. Actually,
Yes.
I mentioned this briefly before. That my character didn't sleep well, that Oz didn't sleep well after the conversation and when he agreed to go meet his dad. I think that's getting worse. I'm going to voluntarily take the condition overtired.
Cool. So yeah, we just get Oz waking up in a fitful sleep.
Every night, several times a night. That kind of thing. Yeah.
Cool.
Anyone else?
I think the last one's me, and I think I'm whiling away my time trying to focus in on Mom and make plans on how we can deal with that. So I think you see me, sitting, thinking, maybe scribbling on some paperwork, but I don't think it's really condition-inducing.
Cool. Yeah. So we get the credits thing split to one side. We get the cut of Oz waking up in a fitful sleep, and then it shrinks to 1/3 of the size, and we get the other 2/3 of Slush buying a candy bar and going, yeah. And we go and
freeze frame, he freeze frames, but no one else around him.
yeah, no one else freeze frames, and then Karina's reading a book or something.
Yep. Perfect.
Staring into space, scribbling, but yeah.
Something like that. You have a notebook in front of you and you're just staring out at your little plant that you have at your window in the pit.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, so that was this week's episode.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for watching. It was very interesting. We came up
Again,
with several more horrific cyber animals.
Yeah, I totally just wrote one sentence about how does this week start? And then that's all I could really do.
Yeah.
No, a couple ideas. I have to. I'm as this episode's going, I'm crystallizing my idea on what the final project is. So we'll find out together.
Death Star Ziggurat, I'm calling it.
That's what?
All right.
What are you calling?
Death Star Ziggurat.
Could be a giant cyber mech with animal parts.
Death Star Ziggurat. Who knows? It's cold themed because we have ice bad guys.
Yep.
That's for sure, because they're one note.
Oh no, they're just gonna make eternal winter. That's what they're gonna do.
That'll take a few years for us to even notice.
That's true.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be back next week, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, I think next week I am good.
We'll find out next
I
week.
forgot to update the overlay. It says episode 3 on it, and it's actually episode 4.
No!
The horror!
I'm going to remove that episode thing, because I'm never going to remember to update the episode name on the overlay each time. It's just on Twitch. It's on Twitch. That's what you should listen to, not what's up above.
Mm.
That way.
It is not as below, as above, so below. It is just as below.
Yes. Yep. I can't believe I just saw that. Okay. We'll be back next week.
Yep.
Take care.
Bye.